if they listened to any of
they
this,
came for the shame.
if
they
they
came for the shame.
watched any of this, they know our shame. Come on.
They know our shame.
Let's be
Noah?
real.
Cover your shame, Dad. Oh, right. We're back. Live from Toronto.
Oh, I'm so
Greetings,
glad
jelly
people
spoons.
are picking up the Mike-isms since he can't be here to do them.
At some point, I really hope that we are able to do a show live from Toronto. Like,
Oh, that
not
would be awesome.
sorry, like
So,
to clarify,
live from Toblanta.
not necessarily that we do it, but that we have the opportunity and we turn it down. Because who wants to go to Toronto?
Oh,
They got
God.
movies there. So, like, they film them and stuff.
That's
That might
Montreal.
be-
Vancouver.
Isn't that Montreal?
Damn it! Let's do to Montreal then. Fuck Toronto.
Let's go to Montreal, and Noah, you and I have to commit now that we will say Toronto and get it wrong.
That's
How's it going,
that's
Toronto?
Vancouver. Vancouver's where they film the things. You're both
Tornado?
wrong. You're both
Do it
wrong.
right up there, Toronto.
Oh my God!
Hello, the jelly spoons of Toblanta.
Isn't poblano like a pepper?
Toblano is.
Yeah, that's a different word too.
I know. I think I'm gonna use that one.
So here's the thing. We always make this joke, but we have another running gag. One time, if we have such an endeavor and the opportunity, you're going to get the thing where it's like, "Hi, Torblanto." It's like, no, the mic's, the joke's over. The mic isn't said. Torblanto, tongue, collarbondulance. It's like,
Oh yeah.
oh no, he's having a stroke right there.
Collarbondulance.
Bond's name's the James.
Bond's name's the James.
It's the best line in the whole thing. Like when you first introduced me to that, John Eric, I nearly peed, and then the fact that it continued like over the next couple weeks, like whenever there was like dead air or like any interaction with you, just randomly. Bond's name's the James.
Oh man, there's also there's also the other things that have made you nearly die that lingered. Like Tina Rex.
Fuck.
I mean, just hearing Travis die of laughter over the mic is its own enjoyment.
We don't have to just hear it now. You can watch
Oh,
him.
I can watch it.
We can watch him die for our
it.
entertainment.
It's really rough. Our whole family has these giggle fits, and it's not something we can actively stop because our brains go, "Hey, you remember the instant nostalgia thing? Hey, you remember that funny thing that happened 2 seconds ago? Yeah, that was funny. Here it is again. Ah, fuck."
You have the goldfish brain for nostalgia.
I have laughed.
It's
I
always
have
fresh.
laughed myself into an asthma attack before.
I can only
think that-
congratulate you.
I think the
I
worst I've done is like cried like just for at least 5 to 10 minutes from laughing.
Andy and Travis can both attest to the fact I have very nearly died multiple times on Wednesday laughing.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you nearly
I-
died
like-
once on Wednesday eating a burger.
Yeah, that's because it was undercooked.
Still, I'm saying the bar is low.
Thanks, John. Yeah, no, there's nothing quite like laughing hysterically, pleading at people watching you with as like their concern grows. Like, can you breathe? No.
It's hilarious. It hurts so much.
Oh God, it's why next Wednesday I'm going to be at the club physically.
Ooh, gross.
Yeah,
I mean,
sounds disgusting.
here's the thing: the reality is no one else will be, so I'll just be at the club by myself.
Oh, you can lick
I'll just
everything and
pay
then
to
own it.
What? I'd
No.
love other people to come and do things, but they won't.
Well, yeah, because
Also, part of my cunning plan is to announce I'll be there physically Wednesday. Now other people will not be there physically Wednesday.
You don't know
It's a
that.
self-fulfilling prophecy. Don't you yes and me, Andy.
Is this?
Don't you do the thing you were born to do.
I'm
Something
I'm
I do
the
all the time,
person on camera right now, Jellies, that doesn't have a mustache to twirl. I feel
Or
left
beard.
Well, you have a mustache to twirl, but it also involves most of your lip.
Dude,
Just twist the lip.
Noah has that like 14-year-old I've been growing this all summer sort of mustache.
the little stubble.
I've been no shave November since 2008.
I've been no shave November since lockdown started last year.
My God, Noah, there's a mild discoloration under your chin. Is that hair?
No, it's a
Is that a
Cheeto.
rash?
It's just a shadow. The lights in here are really fucked up.
That's that thing I get where I don't look at the sun, so everything goes real pale beneath my head.
I don't know how Noah tapped into being an Asian woman, but when he
Like, what the fuck?
but when he hits 50, all of that is going to catch up right away.
Oh yeah,
It's
you're
amazing.
gonna look like you were born in the Mesopotamic era.
Yeah, no, it's. Oh, this is the thing. So my ex is Korean, and we had this joke about like if we stayed together long enough, there'd be a day where I'd wake up and I'd just be like, "Who the fuck is this Yoda next to me?" Like, it'll just happen. It's overnight, instantaneous, and I saw it happen to her mom.
It just
For real.
You were in
like,
bed with
it
her
actually-
mom?
No, but like
I
I
wonder why the
really-
relationship soured.
right? Yeah. I don't know why it didn't work out. It's damn thing. But yeah, so her mom looked like, fairly like, normal, like not very wrinkly, like she didn't wear a lot of makeup. She looked like kind of just like, all right, whatever. She's someone in her, the age she was at the time. The following week I went in, she wasn't sick. She was wearing the same makeup, and all of a sudden it was like just lines chiseled in, like someone had come through and
it's
just
lack of
annihilated.
gilfling. Lack of gilfling.
Oh.
Yep, she didn't need a gelfling. There you go.
Yeah.
Nice Dark Crystal reference, nerd.
I mean, it's unfortunate. They're trending up in price. It's real difficult to get a hold of them these days.
Yeah.
Starch Mom says I take offense
Stop.
to this. I will revel in my wrinkles.
Do it.
I plan not to have wrinkles because when I start to get them, that just means I need more fat to fill in the wrinkle spots.
It will stretch my skin.
Yes, I will balloon out gloriously.
So it's like when we're hanging out in our 50s, I'll be like, "Hey man, for real though, that's it. Nah, don't do it."
You'll be like, "Hey, you want a pizza?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, roll me in the kitchen."
Never mind, I got Oompa Loompas for you.
He's not going to
Need
be
an extra pair of
resplendent.
hands. I need an extra pair of hands.
Yeah,
Andy.
you think you're gonna be able to reach your mouth?
He's gonna have one of those like
chubby
harmonica
arms.
things, but it's gonna be for like the pan flute.
He's not going to be resplendent so much as resplendent.
He's gonna be rotund.
I
Right.
ran a Star Wars game once that had a Hutt crime boss because that's what you do in a Star Wars game.
Right?
Yeah.
And he was a young Hutt crime boss, so he had like the 3PO series protocol droid, but like you know how 3PO series droids they have that like round thing on the hips. His had like spinners in it, and his droid was painted with like a flame motif to go faster. And his C3PO, well, it was like R3PO, but like his 3PO droid was like, his most benevolent corpulence, the mighty Gorduga. He bids me to wish to you, and like every time that I mentioned or that I had that droid reference the Hutt was a different way to say gorgeous and large. So it was like his benevolent corpulence or his profound rotundness. And
His gloriousness, voluptuousness.
yeah, it was real fun.
He's got such a healthy glow around him.
It's got such a healthy glow. He ain't big bone on account of being a Hutt and having no bones. That's fat. So
And
let's
on
see.
that-
And on that, speaking of fat Hutts, let's talk about New Seer.
He's a real
Now the latest acquisition of the Hutt Empire.
I mean, yeah, like
Best
at some
transition.
point, a spaceship will land, and somebody will be like, "Yeah, we could probably take this over."
Best transition we've ever had.
Flawless.
Speaking of
Yeah.
fat Hutts,
Seamless.
here's New Seer.
I'm waiting for the crawl next session. That'll be
Here's the thing. What I said is not totally wrong. So, moving on to New Seer. Last week,
You son of a bitch.
in last week's game, the team sort of kept
held out well.
they kept researching the disappearance of Para Belkin. Para Belkin being one of the head envoys for Prince Orgev. So they went to her fake house, which led them to the bank, which led them to her real house. Her real house being very, very nice when what they heard is that she is very, very broke. Like she lost everything in the day of mourning. But they found that her new house really nice. What they found in the new house, I can actually go to the real house map.
Goes to the fake house map.
So, what they found here in the real house was a body. There was a body of a changeling right here, dressed in like some travel clothes. Had Para's identity papers on it. There was a big pile of blood, and so like there's like a little trickle of blood that goes to this room, and then there's like a big pool of blood that like is dragged over the floor over to this room and then leaves the house. And what they were pretty much able to put together is that this dead person, whoever this is, attacked Para and left her for dead, and then went to this room and like bound up their wounds, dressed in her clothes, walked back out, and then caught a bolt in the head from outside the window. So it looks like at least 2 people are trying to either replace or assassinate Miss Belkin. Miss Belkin apparently lived. She crawled her way out and to her room, or to one of the rooms, where she was able to sort of bind her wound very hastily using like some stockings and some socks that were in the spare room's dresser, and then sort of slipped out the window and left. And the place that she went was a store that she owned. So about half the team followed the trail and half the team kept examining the house, trying to figure out what happened. So the team that stayed in the house, they sort of went in here and examined some things, and they were able to pick up that Para is a member of the Church of the Blood of Vol, and that according to some of the papers here, she owns Bearskin, and she's also funding a number of other sort of startup businesses in town. And like she is, based on what they were able to put together, kind of one of the reasons that a lot of the businesses in New Seer are sort of like popping up, because they don't really have funds, and she's giving them fun. And then so they were like, we should go check out Bearskin. Meanwhile, the other group went to Bearskin, and while they were on Bearskin, so they went in and they spoke with the woman at the front desk, and the woman at the front desk acting a little shady, trying to like basically just get them to go away. Didn't really work, because while everybody else's die rolls sucked last week, Noah's were like amazing. And he was like, come on, I'm a tiny goblin, come on. And she was like, well, you are quite small. And there was actually a lot more complicated than that, but hey. And so she's like, okay, I'll show you around. And she showed them like, here's the privy, and here's where we keep dyes, and here's some of the skins that have been tanned but haven't been used, and then basically leads them around to this door that has a lot of blood on it, and leads them inside, and they see a blood trail. Like they see where some stuff has happened, and they see a bunch of those like used bloody socks and stockings over here by a pile of white linens. And they search around and they find a rope in here, and that rope is sort of like half bloody and like half wet. Or sorry, it wasn't a rope. It was multiple bolts of white cloth unrolled and tied together, and it was like half bloody and half wet. And they eventually sort of convinced the woman to talk to them, and what they got from her is that she showed up to the office, or she showed up to work, and it was like this, and she goes, you know, like, Para's always told me not to ask questions and don't talk to anybody about anything, and so that's what I did. I didn't ask questions, and I didn't talk to anybody about this, and then, you know, I had to take a break and try to get my mind off this, and I went over to the well to sit by the bench, and tied to the bench was a line of cloth going into the well. And so I untied it and I pulled it up and I brought it in here because I could recognize our cloth. And so they were like, well, she must have gone in the well. So the Bearskin crew went back to Para's house, got the other guys, and they were like, we should go in the well. And so they went
This is where everything went wrong.
They went to the well, and what happened is that Dandarin climbed down, totally fine, and it got to the point where he's like, oh, I have to add a rope. And he added a rope because they just had too much rope. They had too much climb and not enough rope. And so he climbs down that, and he does fine. And then I believe everyone else fell. Oh, no, wait. Except for Sidna. For Sidna was fine.
The 2 people in full plate.
Yeah, the 2 people in full plate did just great, and everyone else fell. Some people were okay with the fall, like Lumio lands in a crouch, takes 2 points of damage, and is just fine. But Delian, Quintus, and Sharut all basically land in their ass, and they're sort of wet and now pained ass, and it's not going great for them. And so we're actually going to start off right at the beginning with a combat. So I need from everyone, now that Delian has, I'm gonna put you over here next to Lumio, since
Works out.
You were casting light on him. Now that Lumio is radiating a bit of light and everybody's taking their damage from the fall, if I can get everybody to give me a perception check.
Sure thing, buddy.
Drum roll, please. Hey, passable.
Yeah, passable. Well done.
Well, thanks, everybody. I knew you could believe in me.
You and Sharut rolled the inverse of each other and got the same number.
True. It's weird.
See, we have one night of good rolls a month, and then the rest are just.
So, Quintus and Dandrin and Delian.
Oh no. Oh no.
So Quintus and Dandrin and Delian.
Does Forsidna get a roll?
Forsidna should get a roll. Hold on, let me open Forsidna's sheet. I had it closed. One sec. What level is she? She's level 4. So Forsidna is at. Okay, so basically everybody but Lumio and Sharut. You see these like bubbles that are in. This is a very slow moving river. There's not really rapids, but the lines sort of tell you which way it's going. It's going this way. And you see that there's these things that are kind of like riding on top of the rapids. Or sorry, on top of the water as it moves. And it sort of looks like, if you think of like if you think of like an egg that has just been cracked and the yolk is red and the surrounding bit is clear. That's sort of what it looks like.
Gross.
But there's hundreds of them. And they just start kind of like schlupping their way towards you. So at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a fight.
We all knew that Justin was very afraid of the word schlup.
Yeah, it's the word schlup is what did it.
Yeah.
He don't like when a thing schlup him.
No, schlup is not a good thing to do.
No, not usually, no.
What about schlep? Is that any different for you?
Schlepping is fine, but the schlupping, ugh.
Ugh. Okay.
I don't like this.
What about sloughing?
I was gonna say
That's gross. No.
Gross.
slurping.
Unpolite. Rude.
So, Forsidna initiative is correct. Okay, so, initiative.
Fuck.
It's just unnerving when you hear several dice rolls happen at once.
A lot of you still have, like, visible dice on, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I, sometimes when I enter a game and I know they have visible dice on, I'm like, let's roll 100 d8s! All right. So, we're gonna start the combat, and we have some of the bloaters going first. Why? Why would you? Why?
What the fuck?
A cacophony of magic missiles shoots out from Lumio.
Straight into Sharut.
Well, Sharut's dead.
Wild magic. It's a shit of a thing, ain't it?
Yeah.
Pull up my new character.
Darndest thing.
Barbarian who doesn't believe in magic. Okay, here we go.
All right. So this one is going to go to Forsidna and just right on top of her. And she will take some damages. So she takes a point of damage, and as they just kind of like start finding all the little cracks in the armor and in the clothing and touching on skin, and then you see that some of them start to get even more red.
Gross.
And after that, actually, let me just open that and put that right here. Let me get that so it's the initiative and the other thing are both on screen. I believe that's it. There we go. And next, we will go to the other one who's going to do the same thing to Monsieur Lumio. Lumio, bonjour. You take 2 points of damage. I have a question for you, which I can probably just answer myself by looking up a thing. Do Warforged take ability damage?
I believe that is a yes. Otherwise, they would be too OP. Wasn't that the thing?
Yeah.
You have to take a prestige class to not, and it's like a 5-level dip.
Yeah. Let's see.
I'm just trying to picture it like if it's doing what I think it does.
Here's the thing. It is draining a very specific substance that you don't have. Like
he lacks specifically.
Yeah. If it was a rave enfeeblement, I would say sure, it is a blood drain and you ain't got blood on account of you not being a person.
To me that says no.
I'm gonna say that you can't take blood drain because that's what makes sense to me.
Okay.
But you still take the 2 damage as it just kind of swarms over you and inhabits your space. Next is Delian. It's your turn. You see, actually, wait. Who failed their checks? I believe it was Lumio and Sharut. Okay, so Delian, you get to go. Lumio and Sharut, you guys will go in the next round. This is essentially a surprise round. Everybody gets a standard action.
Okay. He sees that and kind of sees all that sort of stuff. He's gonna move this way.
Okay, I will note for my small friends, this is
pretty high water.
On the 2 of you, this is pretty high water. So you guys are moving at consider this difficult terrain.
Right? Okay, so half speed.
Yeah.
So I can move 10 feet.
Yeah. Or you could like hook shot your ass away like 200 feet. But if you're using your legs, like 10 feet.
Yeah, 10 feet. He doesn't know what they are, but it doesn't induce panic, so he's just gonna, nah, I'm all right.
All right. And after that is going to be the next blood bloater. God, these things got a good initiative. This one is going to pile onto Lumio.
No!
Lumio's closest. And Lumio, you take 6 damage.
Fuck.
For everybody who's watching and doesn't understand this, swarms don't make attack rolls. They just inhabit your space and they do damage. And that's how this works. So they just swarm over you, and then you get hit by all the many hundreds of them. And the last one is going to be, you know what? I'll roll on this one, and I'll see if it goes to Lumio or Sharut.
It's gonna. That's just how
Lumio, you'll be a 1, so it goes.
I am shocked that it went for Dandrin.
And you'll take 3 additional damage. You don't know how lucky the group is that they're trying to swarm onto you. So, and then, Dandrin, it's your turn.
No, if I had known this was going to happen, I could have prepared better for it.
Actually, I should probably zoom in a little bit, huh? There we go.
Zoom and enhance. Let's see here. So there's billions of little, or there's hundreds of them, right? You said?
There's hundreds of them, yes. They are hundreds.
Does anyone have any explosives? He says, looking at Sharut.
What's going on?
You're gonna need to light a bomb.
Sharut's currently looking the other way and like wrapping a bandage around his forearm.
Sharut, for God's sakes. I'm going to attempt to, so like I'm gonna look and see how they're swarming and see like Lumio's just like, there's a lot of them. But like I imagine I see like Fristinda being like drained of her vital essence.
Yeah. I
She's
would say
gelflinged.
I would say that it's not necessarily that she's drained of her vital essence, but you do see that the little red circles are becoming bigger.
Deeper
so like
in color?
How it was sort of like an egg where it was a little red circle and a big clear thing. Now the red part's getting bigger and it's taking up more of the clear bit.
Yeah, I'm going to Dandrin doesn't know any better. I'll try and sunder the swarm.
All right, sure.
Slow it down.
No, yeah.
So we're gonna see how this works out.
Was smarter than this.
Okay, so it's a good hit. It's a good hit. What is your total damage here?
So it does 7 damage.
Okay.
Which I know swarms have like an interaction with that. If they take any damage from it, their AC is reduced by 2. Not that super matters.
Yeah. Okay. You have sundered the swarm. Yeah.
It's just gone to pieces.
Come on. There we go. It looks like it there's a lot of them, and you sort of splatted like 3 or 4. It doesn't look like it did much.
Should we're gonna need a bomb.
All right, and so you took your hit, Quintus. I believe you made your perception check. So what would you like to do?
Quintus, first and foremost, is gonna do a knowledge check to see what the fuck these are.
You can roll me a knowledge dungeoneering.
I will do that twice.
22 will work. So what this is a blood bloater swarm. Blood bloaters are tiny, they're tiny oozes that are the result of like magical experiments gone awry. Or alchemical experiments gone awry, usually using blood, and they just kind of attack things that have blood in them. So the thing is, like, Quintus probably knows that they won't stay on Lumio long because they're not, like, you see the ones on Forsidna getting more red and the ones on Lumio not. They're probably just gonna leave him and go to something else. But yeah, so do you have specific questions you would like? I believe at a 22 with their CR, you would get 3.
Are they vulnerable to any energies?
Well, my sir, they are vulnerable to fire.
Okay. Do they have any effects other than the ability drain? Special attacks or results of those attacks, disease, that kind of shit.
As a result of being a swarm, they have a thing called distraction. And if you begin your turn in the same area as the swarm, you will have to roll versus distraction, or basically you start your turn nauseated. I think the flavor of this is that you spend your turn going, oh god, oh god, oh god, get it off me, get it off me, get it off me.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yes. So aside from the blood drain, that's what they have. I would also say that this is a weird. I'll give you this as kind of one of your questions. This is a weird blood drain for blood drain. Usually, blood drain is a con drain. This is a strength drain.
Oh Lord. Okay.
Oh no.
Okay.
Like if I put a Sturge in and a Sturge does its like attach and drink blood thing, it always drains con. Blood blowers drain strength.
I hate it. Okay. So vulnerable to fire. Do they have any movement modes outside of water?
Outside of water, exceptionally slow. Like their movement speed, pretty quick. Outside of water, incredibly slow. Like very, very slow.
Okay.
As in the slowest you can get and not have your movement speed be 0.
Cool.
Gotcha.
So Quintus is going to take a move action to gain a talent.
Okay.
And that's his...
What talent you good?
Fairy flight.
Ooh, neat.
So he sprouts wings.
Are they... Describe his wings.
Oh man.
And
So
I will
Quintus-
note, describe his panicky wings, because it sounds like he's panicking.
Oh yeah. So Quintus, still very stylish in his primarily black, but with variations, subtle highlights here and there. He sprouts a pair of moth-like wings with a green iridescent shimmer that shudders nervously down the scales on the back.
Nice. All right, so that's his move action, and that's all he gets right now. So
That's all he gets.
Sharut, you get nothing.
Nothing.
For Sidna, will have to make me a fortitude check, and I don't think we've actually put her stuff in here. I should do that at some point. She will make it Lumia. For Sidna yells, "Let me move you," and then attempts to do just that.
Okay.
She is going to attempt a reposition attack on you, and that'll do it.
Yeah, Will.
Lumio, you...
Body is ready.
You are able to move basically in any adjacent square that is not your square.
Here?
Cool. So she kind of like grabs you and shoves you out of the swarm.
Okay.
And that's her action. It's your action. You don't get an action. Sorry, it's your turn, but you don't get a turn because it was a surprise round and you were very surprised.
I'm gonna think about that.
Yeah. But hey, at least you're not nauseated.
Yeah.
And then we're at the beginning of the round that everybody gets to go. This one is just going to keep eating at for Sidna, and it will do so.
I would like to spend a hero point.
Oh, you gonna go?
I see you're like I've been watching Noah. He's
I
like,
cannot be here. I cannot be here. God, I cannot be here.
This is
They attack my dump stat directly?
this is so funny. Okay. Okay. So oh no, wait, hold on. I put you too high. Update combatant, you will be in you'll be in 21.1, or here, I'll put you in 20.03. 20.03.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay.
So you see where it's going. I will note
No.
there's 3 in this square. There's 3.
No. Before I take my action, I do have a clarification question. We're in water. There's no basically dry tiles in this well, correct?
Where you are, so like the rocks that you see on the map, those are definitely sticking out above the water. But so that everybody knows, if you kind of like come down here, this is the water line. This is not walkable land. This is the wall. I didn't put the wall that you guys can see. Like I didn't put that wall down here because I thought it was just nicer to have to be able to see the wall. But like this rock is out of the water. This rock is out of the water. So if you want to try to like make for a rock, you can.
I ask because basically, yes, we need an explosive, but it needs to rest on something for a turn, and explosives in water don't really work. So, it's like you planned it. Look at you.
You can always just light the grenade and hold it like a man.
Your grenades don't attack your dump stat, right?
Just light the firework and hold it like one of those 4th of July guys in Kentucky.
I mean, fun fact, HP is also a dump stat.
So you're saying it should be con.
Okay, so with that in mind, Sharut is going to double move because he can only move, I believe, 15 feet because of the difficult terrain. Yeah. He's gonna move 30 feet over up onto this rock.
Okay, so he's basically just like doing what he can to just sludge his way over there. Can I get from you for this last square a climb check, please, sir?
Climb check, not acrobatics.
No, because you're not cartwheeling onto the rock. You are trying to pull yourself onto a slippery moss-covered rock, and you do so admirably. All right, so Sharut abandons all of you. And for some reason, there we go. Well, this blood bloater has some choices. Dandarin, you'll be 2. So I just said Dandarin, you'll be 2, and then I typed /roll2, which comes up as 2. But I should probably actually roll it. Okay, still a 2.
It's fine.
So it's gonna go right. Oh god, I have to actually there we go. Dandarin.
That looked like a lot of attacks of opportunity for me.
You take 6 points of damage, sir. You also take 1 point of strength damage.
I suppose I have to.
Well, I'll allow it.
Just this once, though, mind you.
Delian, now's your chance. You can get Dandarin.
Oh. 1 brother, 2 brother.
What was that?
I have a client that says, opens envelope, Gruddick says hello. Stab.
I'd like to spend a Uniput and go just right now.
I'm sorry, my brother. Idiots.
Why did he write it out as brother instead of brother? I hate dwarves.
So I'm seeing these disgusting things swarm over people and continuing to grow larger. So, what did I call? Oh, safety. Safety. What do you think of this?
So the little kind of eyeless head will peer out of your wrist and look at it, and it says curious.
All right. Wanna blast it apart?
Affirmative.
Okie dokie. And I will go right here. Sorry, Dandarin. You know how you have to freeze off ticks and stuff? We're gonna try that right now.
Ain't stopping you.
Okie dokie. And I'm gonna have safety blast it.
Okay, roll the hit.
Dandarin just opens himself up they're in the crevices.
Gross. Gross.
Go ahead and
disgusting.
roll the hit there, Travis. I believe I gave you the stats for this.
Yes, although it was probably a bit back.
All right, give me a second, and I will find the thing.
Because I don't know if you send it to me privately or.
I mean, maybe.
Maybe.
So the normal eye ray from a winter cyst is at a +7, but I believe when it's attached, some shit changes. So give me a second. go ahead and just roll at a +7, and I'll figure it out.
All right.
That will hit the touch AC. What you see is that like you kind of like hold your hand up, and this icy ray forms, and it blasts out, and it freezes one of the little blood bloaters on Dandarin, which then falls off. Here's the thing about swarms and single target spells. They still target a single target, which is one member of that swarm.
Well, and now we know.
And now Dillian knows, because I believe that's the first time he's actually used this.
I'd like to use Cleave and Greater Cleave to get the whole swarm.
You want a 3.0 bag of rats, the thing?
I will 3.0 Whirlwind Attack Bag of Rats.
Yeah.
All the bonus action attacks will be on Noah, though. So.
That's
So
some
30
weird.
feet away. That's how'd you do that?
I'm throwing the hammer like a hammering. It's just real goofy. It's a Diablo 2 paladin being interacted into this.
Oh
In
shit!
a 6-second loop. That's interesting. I'm not even mad. I'm impressed.
I've got the tick down real low.
All right. Well, after that is going to be a blood bloater swarm. Which one? This one. He's got choices. And Frisindon's the choice. And she goes, they are everywhere. Wait, wrong die. Dandarin.
Oh, they're getting everywhere.
Everywhere.
So, Dandarin, you take 1 point of damage and 1 point of strength damage.
Oh.
And it is then your turn.
I'm going to take out a vial of oil.
Okay.
I'm going to break it open myself, and then I'm going to light myself on fire.
Wow. Witness me.
Shiny and chrome. Jesus.
I've got a better idea.
Okay. How are you lighting yourself on fire?
I have everything required to light my lamp and stuff. So I pull out my sparker, I pour oil on myself, and I just...
Yeah, I'll say you can get all that in one round.
I didn't fall in the water, so I'm dry.
No. Yeah.
Except for what's in the water.
Yeah. I'll say you can get all that in one round. So you light yourself on fire. If you would like to roll a D6 for me, please.
Sure.
Nice.
That's about as good as it could have gone. And
Take that, you bastards! Oh,
let's maybe not hit.
My beard.
Let's not hit F11 when we mean to hit backspace. You hit F11 F12? Yeah, hit F12 and it brings up like the debug menu for Foundry. All right, Dandarin, you just fucking ignite yourself, and they don't seem to like it. Not one bit.
this hurts a lot.
Quintus, it's your turn. Dandarin's on fire.
Jesus.
Sharut ran away. It's probably up to you. I'm assuming. I'm guessing.
Don't worry about me. I'll outlast the little bastards. Ah!
Oh, yeah. By the way, you also take that 6 points of damage.
Oh, I did.
Okay. They're just taking slightly more.
Next level's where I get Heat Forged, where that becomes funny, because I just go, I don't feel a damn thing.
Nice.
Quintus is going to shout, Forsidna, move to the north of Dandarin. And then he is going to delay until after Forsidna.
Okay, so you are going to be
This is
initiative 2? No, you are going to be in 3.01.
Yeah.
Because I have somebody else in 3.0. All right. So I'm going to go from you back to Forsidna. There we go. So let's roll. Oh, shit. Let's roll for Forsidna. She's nauseated. The only thing she can do is move. So she's going to do that. There we go. So she's going to move to the north of Dandarin, but she's probably going to move like another square north, because she starts to move to the north of Dandarin and then sees that he's on fire and goes like, no.
Yep. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
But she's nauseated, so moving like that is all she can do. So that is her turn. It is now your turn, Quintus.
Fantastic. As a move action, Quintus is going to move 5 feet. As a standard action, Quintus is going to use Shadow Mark.
Okay.
Specifically, Quintus is going to spend an extra shadow point to use Shadow Blast, which is a close range cone.
Sounds great. So that is a close range cone. I'm assuming you're going. How are you not getting Forsidna in this?
From the corner of mine, it is a 90-degree angle, specifically north and west.
Yeah, which is that.
on a second. Can I?
Like if we go
Oh.
from this corner, you get Forsidna.
Oh, that's bad.
And if
okay,
we go
well,
from this corner,
in that case, he'll actually move the last of his movement. There we go.
and make sure to get Delian as well. Yeah, there we go.
All right. Party wipe.
Neat.
So, so that's shit. I just lost connection.
I mean, like, what's
Give me a
if
second,
we're
there we
trying to get both?
Just
why
don't
not
move.
Just,
Just hit me.
yeah,
My
why not
decision-
leave me out of it?
My decision to get away just looks better and better.
I mean, it's still the
He
best.
just
decision
watches
you can have.
Danner set himself on fire. And Quintus go up and start doing something, and Danner's like, "Fucking do it!" Ah,
Hold on.
You really don't want this.
probably not.
No, I'm trying to think of a way that you could, because of how people fled. A close range cone is going to hit someone.
If I move to that point and it's just north, then where Forsidna was, there isn't anybody just north of me other than her, or where in that spot where she was, so it shouldn't hit her. And there's nobody to the west of me, so for a short range cone, this should work just fine and not hit anybody.
Hold on. Hold X and okay. Oh, so you mean to just hit those two, not the ones on
Yes.
Dandarin? Okay.
No,
yes.
no, Dandarin can.
Yes, that'll
until
be-
he moves away.
That'll be totally fine. You can hit those two. Go ahead and roll your attack roll with your Shadow Mark, or do I make a reflex save?
So Shadow Mark is a.
It's an area of
ranged-
effect, so I'm assuming that I make a reflex save now that you've made it not single target.
It would normally be, yeah, it's normally a ranged touch attack. Shadow Burst. I should have looked at this earlier. I apologize. Shadow Blast. Yes, you do make a reflex save.
Okay. Well, I have an idea as to how this is gonna go.
You know what's fun about the reflex save, though? They only don't suffer the penalty to will saves. They still take full damage.
That's nonsense.
Isn't it, though?
Some Pathfinder 2 nonsense.
So those oozes, they don't take a penalty to their will saves. I think that's really good. And then I do also notable is because I've been taking shadow feats. I also have the greater shadow mark. So these all do 3d. These do 8s for damage. 13 damage to both.
And this is considered an illusion, correct?
It is a it's pure shadow stuff.
Yeah, I don't think it's an illusion because it's
No.
the shadow
I mean,
stuff.
Shadow Mark straight up says this is considered an illusion, figment shadow from the illusion series.
That's fair. Okay.
So,
But also figments are not things that get resisted, as are basically all of the illusion sphere effects.
hold on.
This was a conversation I think we had
Figments
when I
are-
was introducing.
I know, but like it's
Sure,
it's
relevant.
it's a sightless mind affecting immune creature. So I'm just saying if
doesn't-
this would
So gleamers are mind affecting. Phantasms are mind affecting. Figments are not.
it's so weird.
They specifically did that so that I don't lose all of my capabilities against things that don't have brains.
Yeah. Okay. And then Shadow Blast.
So I'm applying 2 feats to it. Shadow Blast, which makes it a short range cone for an extra shadow point, which I'm using, and then greater
says-
shadow mark.
It says
which
all
turns-
creatures within this area are allowed a reflex save for half damage.
I apologize.
It says that in Shadow Blast.
I was reading the bottom section where it said if they make the will or if they make the save, they don't take the penalty.
Read the whole thing.
That's fair.
All right. So, yeah, sorry. I had to read it because, like, make a reflex save to avoid the will penalty seems like a thing that you wouldn't make a reflex save for. That's something you would make a will save for. So, can you roll damage for me?
Mhm.
So, I take half of that. So that's going to be 6. I then take half again of that. So that is going to be 9. So this one's at 12. And this one is at 9. All right. Yeah, you pop some of the blood bloaters. You see a little, and you see a bunch of Forsidna's blood just like floating there on the surface now.
Gross.
All right, and then after that we will go to Lumio. Lumio,
Yeah.
you've been
How's it
doing
going?
things. Everybody's in ankle deep water. Well, for some people, it's like actually it's more like knee high water, except for the short people where it's like nipple high water. I think this is the perfect time for lightning.
Yeah.
Andy.
It is. It is, isn't it? It's a good time for lightning. However,
No.
just real quick, I need to check. Quintus, have you said anything about the fire?
Oh, absolutely. All
Okay.
of those things.
Okay.
Like this is Quintus is a his mouth is a stream of consciousness.
Oh, okay, good, good. I just
What
I
a
wanted to
terrible
make sure
trait
that
for a
had happened.
spy.
Yeah.
But he's also a gnome, you see.
What
Yeah.
he's real good at is secrets and telling
So
them.
what's great is that he's got the suppression sphere. He turns himself off and concentrates as a swift action on that.
Fucking nonsense. Andy, what are you doing?
He's a little.
I'm doing some wild magic shenanigans where I get to do a thing that I don't normally have, which is a totem called Scourging Totem. And it's going to put down a fire effect in the entire area.
Okay.
And it only affects enemies.
Okay.
Hey, that's pretty good. Unless.
Who is your friend here? All right. I believe your range.
The damage. Hang on.
I believe your range now is 70 feet.
Yep.
And I will
Fucking hell, dude.
alter this to be a little bit less opaque. Why?
Why? Why indeed? What the fuck?
All right. And what does this do? This is when I start my turn, I have to make a save or take damage. Is that what it is?
The totem emits a pulse of energy, damaging every enemy within your totem's range for an amount of damage equal to 1/2 your caster level. This damage can be whatever I choose there on the short list, and I choose when it's created. I'm choosing fire.
Okay.
Creatures who are entering the area of this effect take damage instantly or immediately. Creatures who remain in the area suffer damage at each round at the end of your turn.
At the end of your turn.
Okay.
So does that mean that they will suffer it since you just put it down?
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense? Okay.
Like, that's what it sounds like to me.
Cool.
Yeah.
And that's half your caster level. You're level 5, so that I take 2 damage, which bumps to 3 for each of them.
Mm-hmm.
Let me stop drawing area of effects, and I will give them each 3 damage.
I need to roll on the table, though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh!
Draw a card.
And this is the War Sphere. Universal Destruction War.
Just moved under there. Oh, Dandrin.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, that's kind of wild.
All affected creatures subtract their caster level from their skill checks for 1 round?
The caster level.
The caster level. So they're subtracting 4 from all their skill checks next round, and you're lighting them on fire. Okay, so you see the pulse of energy come out, and a bunch of the ones on Dandrin, and a bunch of the ones in the other area just... And it's like a bunch of... It's like if you tried to cook an egg in a pan that was like 400 degrees, it just like lands and goes... And top of round 3, I got 2.
I would like to note I am on fire.
That's true. You are on fire. I got 1. Ha.
Sorry, Quintus. I just...
No, that's
Thanks,
fair.
Mandarin.
That's fair. You're on fire, and they know that they don't like that. And
Is he flying right now?
No, he gained the talent.
he gained the talent, and then trudged through the water. So Quintus,
Wicked, real cool.
Behold, it's like Pathfinder wings.
Quintus,
In Wrath of the Righteous. You have wings. Can I fly? No.
No.
I'm gonna need you to take 5 points of damage and 1 point of strength damage.
Yeah. Do you want to just get the other one in there too while we're at it?
Well, no, because something might happen to the other one before your turn.
Oh, valid.
Because it is Sharut's turn now. Sharut, save us all from way over here.
Sure, he's gonna try and fire on the other one.
All right.
Try.
Are you shooting your crossbow?
Taking 1 shot off the crossbow, and it is outside of my first range increment, so it's at a -2, but it will be a flashbang.
Which one are you shooting at? Is it this one, or this one?
It's gonna be this. Oh, wait, sorry.
Hold X. This one?
This one.
Okay. Sounds
Good choices.
Sounds good. Okay. Go ahead and take the shot. And tell me what you're shooting.
Okay, give me just a second, because we've been. I think that's it, and then it's at a -2. Forget. Does it go to? Oh, what I roll? Yes.
Yeah, that was a 1, I believe.
Oh no, I did it wrong because it's a -2.
I would also believe
thing.
that.
Yeah. I can see it. It's like, how do I do this again?
Yeah, it looks like it
what,
didn't roll the d20. It only took your modifiers into account.
What did you do?
Oh, it's the attack roll bonus. God dang it. That's what I did. Okay.
Okay. So here's the thing. You shoot it, and you hit 1, and you hit 1. Swarms of certain sizes take no damage from piercing weapons.
What about bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing?
Are your attacks all 3 types?
I do have my flashbang attached to this bolt.
What is the flashbang's damage only?
Bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing.
No. The number.
Much.
4.5.
Okay.
So 4.
It'll take 2 damage from that.
Okay.
So the flashbang will explode and like one of them will go and
Can
pop off into the water.
If the one that wouldn't really require a save now, would it?
So
And
the
these things don't
thing
even have
is that it's an ooze, and you can't blind or deafen them. So yeah, sorry. Was that the only attack you're gonna make?
It doesn't really behoove me to make another.
Yeah, like you probably make the other attack, and it like one more goes, and like it doesn't do anything.
No, because the other attack would only be piercing. It wouldn't do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, doesn't Shrewd always make 2 attacks though? He goes like, ha ha, pa. Shit.
Yeah, he goes, but generally he does 2 attacks when it's within 30 feet. They're at 35.
Oh, gotcha. Makes sense.
So I'm already at like a -2 to hit him. It doesn't make sense for me to try.
Okay, so the Blood Bloaters are going to leave Dandarin for greener pastures. Because Dandarin...
This real estate's a little California.
Dandarin is a man of fire. So I got Team Tiny to go with. Do I want the already appropriated real estate or fresh new real estate?
Appropriated, obviously.
Oh, fresh new real estate.
Damn it.
That's the wrong one. Fresh new real estate. So, Monsieur de Leon, you will have to take 2 points of damage and 1 point of strength damage.
All right.
As it just drains the blood from you, and you see a bunch of those little popper things start to get real red. And after that, Delian, it's your turn. And there's a bunch of things that are trying to latch onto you and go.
Yep. Reminds me of home. Did you really need to go all in on this?
Yes, 100%.
I didn't know oozes could make such noises.
They don't have lungs. What is with the inhalations?
They're creating a vacuum space.
That tracks. They suck your blood. That tracks.
So here's an interesting question that I wonder: if I teleport myself, do they come with me?
No. They are separate creatures, so no. Huh. Like, not unless you have something that lets you teleport them as well.
Yeah,
and then chose to, for some reason.
Yeah, that would be, I have to choose to let that happen.
Yeah, you'd have to be like, you're coming with me, and then it's like, I teleport to the salt mines and I drop these assholes.
I teleport into the nearest clergy and just be like, remove disease.
Problem is that I need to... No, yeah. Then I'll just drop a sphere of darkness and teleport for my move action.
Okay, so I believe sphere of darkness is... Wait, do you actually have the teleport as like a talent?
I'm gonna spend a shadow point.
Okay. So darkness is a move, darkness is a standard, and then shadow
Teleport
point
is a move.
to grab.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. How big is the sphere of darkness that you're dropping?
I am looking at it now. Since I'm caster level 3, I think it's 20 feet plus 5 for every.
No.
caster.
I know the maximum, but how big is the one that you're dropping? Like, are you bathing all of your friends in darkness, or are you just dropping one and then popping out?
No, I'm gonna, let's say, drop one till about just sort of this area.
Okay. Sounds good. So I think I know how to do this, because I was looking at this, and if it works, I'm gonna be real excited.
What would be super funny is I, do the whole thing, and while I'm doing that, I extinguish Dandarin's fire. That's something that Travis finds funny, so I have to say it. I'm not gonna do it.
Okay. So you drop your little sphere of darkness, and then you pop yourself to the other edge of it. Is that what you're doing?
Yes,
okay.
Exactly that.
So you can put yourself over here somewhere if you'd like.
Yep.
Sounds good. So yeah, I guess nobody really sees, maybe Dandarin, since he has dark vision. You see all of the ones that were covering Delian just kind of and just drop to the water. The second that the sphere of darkness pops up. And we've got a blood bloater. Wait, did I move the wrong blood bloater?
I think so.
God
damn. It's okay.
Well, no, it's not, because that one was on you. And then I'm gonna
damage is the thing.
I'm gonna roll. Yeah, I gotta roll to see where it goes. Actually, that's the thing. I don't have to roll to see where it goes because Dandarin's still on fucking fire.
Well, you do have
can they see that?
You do have to retract damage though. Because the one with the 17 was the one I hit, so you subtract the 2 from that, you add it to the 2.
Yeah, that's true. All right. It's not that they can see it; it's that they can sense it.
Fair enough.
They can sense the heat and
They
the fire.
feel the heat and the hurt.
Yeah,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
The heat, it burns. And so they go to you since you are the closest thing that's made of food. And you take 4 food damage and 1 sauce damage to your strength.
I definitely do take that. That's
Oh no, they're basting him.
Oh god.
Gross.
I don't like where this is going, but it's fine so
I think
far.
it's great.
I mean, they're mostly not damaging me at the point, aside from the strength damage.
I mean, how are they not damaging you?
I have DR3.
It's damage reduction.
Oh yeah, you have DR3.
Yeah,
Oh, wicked.
That means if
That's
they do
good.
3 or less, you don't take the strength damage.
yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that
that's-
before, and I was like, well, fuck.
Yeah, that's the other thing is like if they're not doing damage, you're not taking the strength damage. But
But they have been, so it's
yeah.
okay.
And then this one's going to go and try to do the same thing.
Sucks.
I will spend one of Noah's hero points to reroll that damage.
Wait, you have access to those?
I have access specifically to your hero points, yes.
It's a power all GMs have, Noah.
Yes. Any
Wow,
GM
no wonder
actually
Your hero
any
points.
GM can spend Noah's hero points.
No wonder I'm always at 0.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Ah,
I
beans.
can't argue with that.
Dandarin, you're still on fire, but no longer covered. What would you like to do?
All right. I'm not currently enswarmed.
You are not currently enswarmed.
Okay.
I love that Quintus is just going to tank these. He's just like,
I mean,
In case Dandarin's going to...
how many more
Walk over
hits
here.
can Quintus tank, though?
No, not a lot.
And he's gonna...
It's not a lot.
He's just gonna... instead of making a reflex save, he's just gonna, lower himself into the water
Okay, you'll still take the 1d6 for starting your turn on fire.
this round.
But yeah, it is very easy to put yourself out here. Even though you covered yourself in oil, there's so much water you can just submerge yourself. So yeah, your constantly carried backpack full of shit is wet now, but hey.
Right.
All right, so that's Dandarin putting himself out, and then it'll be for Sidna going,
Nope. Yeah.
Dandarin, what do we do? I don't know how to fight this kind of monster.
Hopefully Shroot's gonna throw a bomb soon. During that, we climb the rope.
Killing everybody.
Should we be near them if he's going to throw a bomb?
Oh, that's why I moved away.
Is he
On the plus
saying,
side, we can always come back, and I can, if we take a short rest, I can actually swarm-proof the armor.
I'll guard the Delian. she moves over here.
She see me?
Huh? Where she took a step back, to be even with Dandarin, and then she saw you around the edge of the sphere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I teleport away as a free action.
Ugh, gross.
God, get it away from me. It's Carnathy.
Law abiding. Ugh.
Ugh. Quintus, can you make me 3 fortitude checks, please?
Oh, can I? Probably. Let's see.
Fail.
Oh,
Hey.
no.
Hey.
Wow.
I get a move action, right?
So there was a fail, and a yes. You get a single move action.
Fantastic. Quintus spends 2 free actions to activate his wings, and then he flies up and out of the water. Fuck these guys. I'm going to gain 10 feet of elevation while flying to the north.
Okay. Sounds good. Quintus is like, no.
That's why I got the wings out. Just initially, he's just like, I don't want this anymore. I'm not a
All
fan.
that's left now is the thing they can't eat.
What? How much strength does he have left?
5.
It's not too bad.
He currently has a flight speed of 30 feet, but I'm assuming that he's burdened because he is less
He's
strength.
he's at lower strength.
No.
so-
I'm sorry. He has a strength of 6.
Oh, not too bad.
Yeah.
All right. So that means, Lumio, at the start of your turn, I have to add 3 damage to a bunch of things, don't I?
End of my turn, but yeah.
Okay. Well, let's do it in the right order.
Yeah.
Hey, look, it's height used correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
Hey, the first time.
Yeah.
You know what?
This makes
Feels
me
weird.
uncomfortable.
You know
It
what?
does
This
feel
makes
weird.
me very uncomfortable.
So, what would you like to do with your turn there, Lumio?
Can I take a 5-foot step back this direction and still maintain my totem?
Yeah,
Concentration?
I'm saying that it's not really difficult terrain for the tall folk. This
Yeah,
is
it's
more
just a shorty.
yeah. It probably should be, but nah.
And that's all I really want to do at this point. keeping the totem up is good enough.
Okay.
It's doing more damage than I'm going to do if I try anything else. So.
All right. So they are all going to take 3 damage from this.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's going to be 18 for this
Quick,
one.
pull out the flamethrower.
And 15 for that one.
If only, my friend.
And 17 for that one.
This is why good wizards have burning hands. The only reason they have burning hands.
That implies that the wizards in your party are bad.
There's a way in Pathfinder to build a 1st level gnome wizard that counts as a 4th level gnome wizard for the purposes of burning hands.
Yeah.
So you're this 1st level wizard that's like, you don't want to do this. Because everything at 1st level that you fight is going to have like 10 hit points, and this dude averages like 14 or whatever with his fire hands. It's just like, please stay back. Sometimes the fire does its own thing. I just.
Oh dear.
All right.
Called me Warquine's Kindlebook.
Lumio keeps the fire totem up, and then after that is gonna be Blood, Bloater, Swarm. Numero uno. I have 3 choices. I'm gonna go clockwise in this one, starting at Dandrin. Dandrin.
Oil.
Take 1 point of damage and 1 point of strength damage, please, sir. Sharut, it's your turn.
So they are in range now. But okay, so what am I gonna do? I think I'll just do the same thing at the one marked with the most damage on this square.
Okay, yeah, like that's fine.
I can
like
take
when
2
3
shots.
swarms are like occupying the same spot, it's hard to go like I attack that rat.
That's fair. That's
sure.
fair. If you want, you can roll.
No,
a
it's fine.
D3
Go ahead and roll your
on the
attack
hit.
roll.
Like I'm okay with that.
Go ahead and roll your attack roll, and if you hit, you can do half of your flashbang damage.
You know, maybe I will hit.
Do it.
This counts as point blank shot, right?
Are you within 30 feet of this spot?
Yes.
Let us check that. Yes. Okay. Yeah. +1 to hit, +1 to damage. +1 only counts for the weapon damage, not the flashbang.
Yeah, that's correct.
So that will be 5.5. So half of that is going to be 2. Its swarm is still up. It is diminished. It is mostly popped, but still.
Sharut is then going to take a 5-foot step on the rock this way if he can.
Alrighty, sounds good. And after that is going. What the fuck? How did I move the wrong one again? I'm so irritated by this. And hold on, now I gotta do the whole shit there.
Swarms. GM's worst nightmare.
Yeah, and this Foundry does a lot of stuff real well. It can't do stacking stuff in the same spot very well.
Is there one thing I can amend to my turn?
Sure.
Sharut's gonna yell out to Dandrin, "Explosives! Water! No good! Dwarf should know!"
Look it and throw it when it's about to blow. I lit myself on fire. Don't be a
Not
coward.
how work!
Cook the grenade, Sharut.
Don't be a coward, the dwarf says to the goblin.
The
All
dwarf
right.
who's still probably smoldering a little.
All right, so I got another blood bloater. Let me make sure that it's actually highlighting the right one. Yay, there we go. It's highlighting the right one. And this one is gonna go to Forsidna. And she will not take 1d67 damage. She will take 1d6 damage.
No, Forsidna!
Forsidna!
Good gods.
And she goes, we have to get out of here. I can't do anything against this. My sword is not finding its purchase.
I'm the rope, or we still can.
All right. Dillian,
Yeah?
what would you like to do, sir? It is your turn.
Seeing this for Sidna getting wrapped up with that again, Delian's gonna teleport over here.
I'm sorry.
Like, Delian knows one thing. They get on top of somebody, they go, owie, owie, owie. They hit it with a singular thing, and then it goes, there's still so many. Delian tried and went, I got nothing for this.
All right.
You make fun of me, yet Sharut immediately booked to a rock.
No.
And you're fine
I
with
think those are both hilarious. I just like that Delian looks at Forsidna covered in these things and goes, bye, and just walks into his sphere and teleports to the other side.
What am I supposed to do with that?
Dude, do whatever you want to do. I just think it's
Okay.
funny.
No, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. I want to. You want to do this?
I don't
Fine,
know
we'll
why
do
you're. I don't know why you're insulted by the fact that I think it's funny.
I don't. You know what? Me neither.
I mean,
I don't know.
I think it has to do with the number of times you said that Mike is funny.
Yeah, but Mike's not
just
like
plays
ha
off
ha funny. He's like, oh.
Yeah. and I'm just applying the same logic to poor Delian.
I'm gonna Kona cold it.
Kona, you have Kona cold?
Yeah, I do.
From what?
My dragon mark.
That's chill touch, dude.
I lied. I'm teleporting over here.
Yeah. you gotta stick your hand in it, bud.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
So
I'll teleport back. Go nah, and teleport back again.
you pop up and you go, wait, I think I have something for this, and your hand gets kind of frosty, and you go, shit, you just leave.
Never mind. Nah, I'm sorry.
Nah.
Sorry.
It's a
All
terrible
right.
idea.
I
the
left
next
it in my
blood
other
blooder,
hand. I'll go get it.
Dandarin.
I love it. Look at Eric's face, just like the son of a bitch.
I should have kept myself on fire.
That's
You shoulda.
I don't know why you didn't.
I knew it was gonna happen immediately.
It's like this way I burn, but at least I burn strong. Please take 6 points of damage and 1 point of strength damage. And then next is going to be a blood bloater swarm, which will go for Delian.
That's all right.
Delian, please take 2 points of damage and 1 point of strength damage.
Fuck yeah. Dude, all this shows is that we have a very stark lack of AoE.
I do great with AoE, just not while you're standing in it.
Dandarin, please roll me 2 fortitude saves, please.
I can certainly try.
I double pleased with that.
You did?
Oh no!
All right. So the first
I
one's
assume
gonna...
I failed both of them.
You don't fail both. No. You fail the one, so you're nauseated. It's the swarm's distraction ability. Any non-mindless creature vulnerable to the swarm's damage that begins its turn in a swarm square is nauseated for 1 round. So you can make a move action.
We'll go back to the rope.
Okay.
Super valid. Super valid.
Well, I still have a chance of scaling it.
No. You can make a move action, and it was 20 feet
Oh,
away.
I know.
So...
I'm at the rope. That's all I can do.
Oh, gotcha. All right.
So I spent a hero point to take my turn righteous now. No.
Wow.
Forsythna is going to run and climb on this rock. Hopefully. One second here. I have to check her fortitude save. Yes, she is going to run, and then she is going to make it on the rock, sort of barely, and just get out of the water. And after that will be Quintus.
Fantastic. Quintus spends another 2 points of shadow to create a blast. So only reflex saves from those guys.
Okay. Sounds good. So there was 2 on Dandarin, so that's going to be a and a
No.
Both fail?
Both fail. A stunning 9 damage.
Well, there is a lot of popping.
Yep.
You can't really see it because, they're covered in shadow as it happens. What you can sort of see is after the aftermath of the popping, which is that a lot of the water in this area is just real red. And it just starts sort of washing down this way.
Am I? Let's see. No, so I'm not distracted. So then I still have 30 feet of fly, which is great. Flew north.
Wouldn't it be washing this way? Oh, it's going around the rocks.
Well, he started like here and went, yeah.
Yeah, he did. But the blood wouldn't be going this way. The blood would be going this way. That's how the river is flowing based on. Sorry, I'm
no,
being
I said the
nitpicky.
river is flowing this way.
Oh, okay. It's just all right.
All right. That is Quintus's turn.
Okay, sounds good. After Quintus is going to be Lumio. Lumio, what would you like to do?
Am I muted? No. So I'm going to. I really don't have anything that's going to make this any better for me. So I'm just going to maintain on the concentration because trying to shoot it and having one go pop and potentially other wild magic stuff goes off seems like the bad idea. So we wait.
Yeah.
I see my time. Give them the damages.
I will do so. This one will take 3 said damages, and this one will take 3 said damages. I was wondering why I heard meowing, and then I look up and Travis is petting his cat.
Yeah, well,
I just heard
if
this
I
like
don't, he starts meowing.
If I do, he starts meowing.
he's like
Now you can,
he's like serve your purpose, hand slave.
yeah. Now you can see what I have to deal with.
Yeah, it
I
must
even
be
set
real.
up his own
cute.
personal like, please leave me alone, but you can be near me blanket.
Yeah, that's
He-
delightful.
He is very cute. Like
Yeah.
he is.
He's adorable until he
exceptionally
starts
cute.
telling you when you're cooking food.
You
I
know-
want food as well.
You know, from a certain light, he looks like every other cat. What do you mean he's cute?
No.
He's just
Look
he's
at
a
that
cat.
tail. He's got like little ringlets around his tail, and it ends in like a white little nubbin. It's great.
This portion of the stream, for those listening at home, is visible only to us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We've
Just
seen
know
us,
there is a
we've seen
orange kind
us
of tabby
and
cat.
we've seen us and trust us. You guys don't need to.
We're doing you a favor by maintaining anonymity.
If you want to see the cat, show up to Booze Lips Tavern on Saturday.
Yeah, there you
Also,
go.
Travis's camera has this
Yeah.
very, very slight inhaling effect that goes off every now and
Don't
again.
know why it does that.
It's a little unnerving. I'm not gonna lie.
Zooming in. The camera's a sentient creature from the Flintstones.
Yeah, I have an
It's
organic.
just breathing. It's
There.
Starch.
Organic camera.
I plugged your Twitch in the chat there, Travis, so that people can see Cat on Saturday when you
I
stream
didn't want to
things.
plug the stream, but if people wanted to see the cat, that's the place to do it.
I mean,
Oh,
I don't give a
there's
shit. My
demand
friends
for-
can plug their stuff.
There's demand for a cat in the stream.
So, Sharut, it's your turn. There's 2 groups of blood bloaters. What would you like to do?
I guess I'll move forward 5 feet.
Are you gonna shoot one? Are you shooting this one or this one? one?
I'll shoot.
Or this one?
I'll shoot.
This one?
I'll shoot that one. I'll shoot that one.
This one.
I'll shoot that
Okay.
one. That one. That one.
Go ahead and shoot this one. Roll to hit, and then tell me your flashbang damage.
That is outside of my range increment. So here we go.
It's a hit.
4 points of flashbang damage.
Okay, nicely done. That will be a there's a lot of popping from the sound, just a little, and you see a lot of red water flowing towards Forsidna. Much of it came from Forsidna.
I return to
it
you.
We'll put that back in later. No worry.
Come back
I
to
just
us.
imagine.
Come back to us, mother.
I imagine that it's Sharut fires a bolt into the darkness, and it sounds like a holy shit, my brain is gonna stop on this one. But it sounds like a fat man falling on the popping packaging.
Damn.
Bubble wrap.
Pop, pop,
There we
pop,
go.
pop, 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 pop. Bubble wrap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
All right.
Why a fat man though?
I got some.
Because it all pops at once.
I got some blood
okay.
bloaters. I got.
It's not a skinny
I got
man.
Travis. I could always go for Travis, but I can also go for Forsidna. I'm gonna
I'd have to climb though.
roll
I have
random.
to climb out of the water. Gross.
They will go for sort of what's closest because they're fucking dumb oozes. And they're gonna go for Forsidna and basically stop at the rock and start
Because they're-
slowly sliming and slopping their way up.
Because they're fucking dumb oozes, as
Yeah.
you just said.
They go, yeah, and then they kind of hit a rock and go, no. And they're just like it's like this weird little like they from the center of the little blood circle in the middle of the egg, it'll release a little pedipulp that'll grip onto the rock, and then it'll pull up that particular blood bloater. So it's that happening 100 times.
Blunk, 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 blunk,
Um,
blunk, blunk.
It's like they're evolving into something stupid.
Delian, it's your
relatively
turn. I need you to roll
free
me
from all
a
these.
fortitude save.
Sure. Fortituding.
What did goodness?
Ah, how fortitudinous.
That's a constitution. That's not a fortitude.
Did you want to roll a fortitude save?
Yes, I do.
Like he can just. All right.
+1.
Wow. Okay. Yes, you are.
Felt really good.
You are able to act. What would you like to do? Just teleport away from it.
And then I'm going to hookshot here.
Okay. Yeah. Does the teleportation through the darkness take you a standard action or a move action?
Oh, it may. I'm gonna find out for you right now.
Okay. Find out real quick.
Because my hookshot is a move action.
Yeah. Okay. So hookshot's a move action. Honestly, if your hookshot's a move action, then you're fine. Even if the teleporting is a standard action. I just wanted to make sure you weren't doing 2 standards. So
No,
so you're
I hope
gonna-
shot's a move.
you're gonna pop
That's
over
how I
there?
was able to get everybody knows them, everybody loves them, and I've wanted to say it for at least 6 episodes. Smeechy.
Smeechy. All right. Good old Smeechy.
Good old Smeechy.
No.
I was taking a drink and I almost lost it.
But I'm destined for greatness. Please don't stop it. Smeechy.
I'm destined for greatness, Smeechy.
Why hurt friend Smeechy? Why?
All right, and yes, so you pull out your bow and activate the chunks of artifice on it. It shoots out a multi-toothed, pronged grapnel that slams into the rock, pulls you over. You have found purchase without making a climb check, which I think is cheating. So Blood Bloater is close to 1 dude. Standard, please take 4 damage and 1 strength damage.
Oh. The
How's
soul
your
is
strength?
leaving him.
How's your
Smeechy.
strength looking, Dandrin?
The spirit is willing, but the flesh is spongy and bruised. Dandrin, it's your turn. What would you like to do? Oh, first, please make me a fortitude save.
I'd like to just pass, so I will.
Okay.
Then I'm just going to climb.
Sure. Please climb with the however many points of strength damage I've done to you.
Fortunately, I have a lot of skills and training.
Yeah.
I'm not using my shield, so I actually have a pretty decent climb. That is reduced. My strength has reduced it.
And you're not, like, are you dropping your shield on the ground as you're going up or something?
I never drew my shield. There's a swarm.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, so yeah, you ascend 10 feet and you're like, screw this.
I'm gonna go get some restorations, and then I'm gonna swarm-proof our armor. So make your way up when the last ones are dead. For Sidna, climb up when you can.
And for Sidna is going to go, no. And she will sort of almost do that sort of like Jesus lizard thing. Like she doesn't quite, she like leaps off the water and runs on the water a little bit and then makes it over and is just out and on that rock real fast.
Really impressive.
And then Quintus, it's your turn.
Fantastic. Quintus is going to, let's see, is he going to solve the problem today, or is he going to let this other thing do it? Let's see. No, he is going to let this other thing do it. So, with that in mind, Quintus is just, he's going to leave.
Okay.
This is fine. He just flies.
So he's just going that way?
Yeah, he's just going that way.
Sounds great. After that is going to be Lumio. Lumio, what would you like to do?
Can I just slosh towards Sharut?
Yeah. You can slosh towards Sharut. You got to give me a DC 5 climb check to get on the rock, though.
I won't even attempt it.
Okay, so you're there.
I get there and I'm like, no, this won't do. And I just kind of start slowly settling around it.
Yeah, makes sense. Are you gonna maintain concentration on the totem?
That's what I'm doing, yeah.
Sounds great. One of the blood bloater swarms will pop.
I killed one! What up? Woo!
You just hear this sizzling that turned into and a bunch of Delian and Frosidna and Dandrin just goes floating down this way. Maybe a little bit of Quintus. Who knows, really?
At this point, the whole party floats down the river.
Yeah, I think it's everybody but Lumio's blood has been taken a little bit.
No,
Sharut left immediately. Sharut, it's your turn. Top of the round.
Fucking team building exercise, and he didn't want to participate.
Sharut is going to take a shot onto the last Dudamabobber thingy. Let's see here, and he is outside of my range increment. It will be with a flashbang.
Sharut.
9 points damage.
Here's the thing. You shot 3 different swarms where that would have been enough damage to kill them.
Wait, what?
So, like, they're taking half damage. They have 22 hit points, and you shot 3 different swarms and did 2 points of damage to them. And, like, if you would have been able to do as much as you just rolled, you would have killed each of them.
I rolled, like, a 1 and a 2
I know.
on each of my flashbang rolls.
But this time, you rolled that 9, which will have itself into 4. And so this one will pop. And
Wow.
combat is done. As
I didn't
they
even
all pop,
realize.
and there's just this And then the red water starts flowing that way.
Fantastic.
What
Water,
the
water,
fuck
not good.
was that?
Water,
Oh.
not good to dress wounds. Suggest coming to Sharut.
Quintus calls out, "I'll be back in a moment." In utilizing the remaining 7 rounds, I believe it is 7 rounds of flight. He's going to move forward 30 feet, suppress his vision, and then double move essentially for the remaining 6 rounds. 3 rounds up and then 3 rounds back.
Okay. So you're just flying up to here-ish?
He's hold on. So
Like,
can
he see? Because
he has dark vision.
oh, you have dark vision?
Yeah.
I didn't know that you had
No.
dark vision.
For the record, Lumio is
Blended
keeping up
view.
his totem until he returns.
So for the first round of that, he moves 30 feet, and then he moves an additional 120 feet.
Okay.
So he moves to here,
Okay.
just to kind of see what's up, and
Sure.
then he flies back, and his flight fails.
Sure. So I'm going to go ahead and move.
Okay.
Because I don't know if you can actually see things. Because everybody is seeing right now based on Lumio radiating light. Because Foundry is being fucky about vision. So if you put yourself in the black right there, can you actually see?
I can see the things that I have moved through.
Okay.
I cannot see anything else.
That is real. I'm going to give you a little bit of dim light.
Because that should work. That should be a good workaround.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, you have a little bit of dim light.
Oh,
What you see is a large like rock, basically. It's sort of flat on the top. Still moss covered. It looks like there's kind of a discarded backpack on the rock. There's also some sort of pieces of red cloth, and there's kind of over on this side, you see a lot of these like little like splatted like circles of blood.
in that case, that does change what I'm going to do, because Quintus is going to fly down, grab the backpack, and then go.
Okay, sounds good.
Which means he gets like here before his flight fails, and then he just splashes into the water.
Okay, and then I will remove your dim light. Sorry, I don't know why Foundry's being fucky about vision, but I can't fix it right now, and we weren't able to fix it before the game, so well.
That's okay.
Okay. So actually, no. Yeah, you splash back down in the water, and yeah, it is, cold water, but you have a backpack. It feels mostly empty. It also feels, 1, very well made, but 2, kind of impractical for how well it's made, because it's very fashionable in addition to being very rugged.
Oh,
Like, it looks like this thing could take a beating at like a ball. It doesn't make sense, but it might make sense to you.
no, that it makes sense. Yeah,
So
it's very durable fashion wear. It's fine.
It's a marriage of form and function.
Yeah.
So with that, what is everyone else doing? I'll tell you what Sidna's doing is basically standing on that rock, shield out, sword out, and just looking at the water and just sort of spinning in a circle and just doing that. Like, yeah.
I have a question about services in the town.
Yeah.
Does the town, because I know that it's a little lopsided compared to what like a normal town of this size would have. Do we just have the one healer, or is there like a temple where healing is offered currently?
So there's the Church of the Sovereign Host, but I don't believe any of you have actually attended services to see if the guy at the Church of the Sovereign Host has any, or like spoken to him to see if the person running the Church of the Sovereign Host has any sort of like actual skill. There is the Jarasco Clinic, and there's also just kind of people in town that have magical ability. So there might be, what would you call them? Mage rights in town that would be able to, have a wand or a potion of healing or something like that.
Can I make a knowledge local to see if I can?
Sure. And tell me what kind of item that you're looking for, or what.
I'm specifically looking for like items of restoration, and it could be anything. It could be wands or potions or what have you.
Okay, so the easiest place that you know of is of course going to be the House Tarasco Clinic.
Tarasco Clinic.
You could try the Church of the Sovereign Host, but you don't know if the priest who runs it is even a spellcaster. Also, if you're not a frequent parishioner of the church, they tend to charge more than the clinic does. If you are a frequent parishioner of the church, they tend to charge less.
Super not
yeah,
a member of the parish.
yeah, like you might sort of give lip service to Doldorn or something like that, but I don't think that you're necessarily like
They place orders for fine ornamentation.
Yeah,
and I do them.
You know that typically hanging somewhere around Three Tents or Clawtown or the sort of like forest on the other side of Clawtown is Bluck of Fallgrove, and Bluck of Fallgrove is a fairly potent druid. But again, I don't know if you have any relationship with him. And then there are two different mage rites of note in town that you know of. One runs this store, the Tin Twine and Trinkets, and the other one has set up a store that's kind of near yours over here, called the Phoenix Pinion. But those are the ones that you kind of know about that might have those items.
Okay, so Dandrin's going to call down to the group. All right, everyone. Well, Sharut, I think you got out pretty good. For Shidna, you and I got eat up a bit. Dali and Quintus, how are you two holding?
I took some damage, but mostly it's just not feeling quite myself.
Right, I'm going to go see if I can go get us some restorations, as it were.
Wait.
Can you make them?
Come to Sharut.
I'm already up the rope. You're going to have to come to me.
You're 10 feet up a 120-foot climb.
Wait, no. Don't come to him. Your
Just
patience
like
are
Harold
here.
and Kumar, I've come too far. No, I'll go to Sharut first.
I've already climbed the rope. You took 3 steps up the staircase, man.
I'm already in a different state. It's not.
I'm not the guy that was going to make you roll for all 10 feet of that climb, but I totally was going to make you roll for all 10 feet of that climm.
Here's the thing. What's the DC?
So the DC,
Standard DC 10, right?
it's 12 until you for the first 30 feet until you reach the knotted rope that's swinging, and the knotted rope that was swinging was a 10, and then once you reach the knotted rope that's attached to not attached to, but where you can press against the wall, then it was a 5.
So it's as at full strength, it would be impossible for me to have failed that climb check at any point.
Yeah, but you're not at full strength.
Oh, so I have to roll a 3 for the first 30 feet.
See?
Better.
Anyway.
Okay.
Sharut.
So, Sharut can obviously see that Dandrin is lacking in his muscle. And
Also, he's very charred.
he can, yeah. You can also kind of see that there's like still like maybe some of the smaller parts of the swarm. We're gonna try a heal check, and I'll explain if it works in a second.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a heal check.
Do you have the option to do ability damage?
Okay, I did pass the DC by 5. Let me just check here. Plus 1 for every 5 points. Okay, you heal 2 points of strength damage. So basically, when I hit level 5, I was able to put a 5th skill point into my healing skill. And with medical training, if the scholar has at least 5 ranks in the heal skill, she may use this ability to restore 1 point of ability damage plus 1 point for every 5 points by which she exceeds this DC's ability, which the DC check is 50. So you heal 2 points of strength.
Okay.
And that counts towards the
number of times a day you can heal him.
The number of heal kits.
Okay.
This is what I've been calling them, basically.
Okay. So did you want to keep going to heal him more?
How much strength damage did he take?
I took 5.
Yeah, I'll try one more for you. 1 second. Button. Who has the button? Okay, you only heal 1 that time.
Dude.
That was a 2.
I know. It's just bad rolls, man.
I know. Are you okay working on that or no?
I have now once again gotten to the point where it's like I have to roll a 1. So I basically can just climb the rope and I will go get us some potions.
Well, the exchange is I use more healing on you, and then I can't use my kit on you, and I just use salves, basically. That's
fine then. That's fine then.
Okay.
Your rolls can't be bad forever, he said, jinxing it forever.
Yeah, now watch me roll a 1. Okay, you heal the last 2.
Hey.
You heal all 5.
Go heal for Sidna.
Again, water make healing difficult.
Also, why does water make healing difficult?
I can come to you, Sharut. Just heal everyone else first.
Stream. Dandrin don't understand how water work.
And
Water don't work with explosive. Water don't work with blood. Two things Sharut handle.
Standing on a rock.
Delian,
Yes, that's why you come to Sharut.
Delian, Frisina will look at you and say, if he's dishing out healing, you should go get yourself fixed up.
Yeah, you're probably right. And I'll hookshot over. Later.
I've got to get one of those.
I've got to find this.
Dandrin will go ahead and
Up to you
let's.
at this point.
We think we're going to run into any more of those things down here.
Very likely, yes.
In that case, while he's healing everyone, Dandrin's going to set up with his stuff to dry it out, and I'm going to take. If we're taking like a short rest to do healing, my son, we're gonna, and my wife, if we're taking the
fancy food.
Oh, okay. How dare. He's going to swap over everyone's maintenance because I can do that during a rest.
Not mine.
I swap the. Okay, so you're going to keep yours on damage.
I am going to note, just because it's still useful, that we're still following somebody who is bleeding.
Yes, but so Endrin for sure is going to swap his armor enhancements to swarm proofing.
I'm gonna
Which
suggest
will
we
grant
do
him
not
PR
take.
4 against swarms.
Yeah.
I'm gonna suggest we do not take a short rest.
Okay, it's just if he was going to be healing people, which would imply a rest period.
I mean,
as well.
every one of Sharut's heal checks takes 6 seconds.
That is correct.
Then never mind. I can't do it that fast until like level 9.
Lightning hand.
So
That it's
I
an
can only
option.
repair. I can only repair items that quickly. I can't do the swap.
Basically, in that 6 seconds, he was like taking like tweezers and a scalpel and like cutting and pulling out one of
Don't
those
fucking
little
lie.
things.
You just went. You're good.
Look,
I brought
He's
special
trying to
dirt.
explain.
I brought
Don't-
special
don't try
dirt just to rub into your wounds.
Yeah.
Don't
Don't
try and
lie.
simplify
Shrewd's
The
way of
magic
resurrecting
things
people is to go
of
whack it
goblin
off.
medicine,
pull 'em up.
okay?
No, you.
It's one of people's Gears of
No.
War.
Sharut is that Cyphus Kane guy from Warhammer who just makes it up as he goes, and it just kind of works out. It's like, are you a doctor?
Cyril the
I might be a doctor. I don't know. I've never tried.
I think so. That's what my papers say.
Okay, so
Okay.
you need to heal. Delian, I believe, had some of the damage.
I just have 2 strength.
Okay.
2 strength.
Once
Now,
he's
what
healed
you-
Strength
the
and
ability,
some pitiful damage.
All
he's
your
gonna-
heal damage is healed, or all your strength damage is healed.
All my heal damage is healed. Thanks.
All your
Oh,
heal
no.
damage is healed.
I'm dead now.
I will take salves after this as well. Once you've healed everyone's ability damage, I'll be right back.
I can actually hit you with one more health kit for the day, and I'll probably do that over selves. For Sid
Is
next.
my ability and heal damage all
No,
negated?
it's one or the other. It's
Okay,
how the
good to know.
how the ability works.
Okay.
Yeah, it says instead.
Yeah. And what's Sharut's intelligence at this point?
Sharut's intelligence is 4. So I've used the ability 3 times on Dandrin and once on Dillian, and I am keeping
Okay.
track.
Honestly,
on
I
my
would
own,
much rather
so.
take normal healing than strength healing.
Are you sure?
No.
Because if you want normal healing, I can give you normal healing, and basically
Nah.
that roll would be
I'll take the strength healing.
That
Well,
rolls
that-
like
that rolls
20 points of healing.
insane.
Yeah, that rolls
It's-
20 points of healing.
I know.
Hold on.
I'm about half health right now.
No, it's 30. It's 30 because I get plus. It's 2 plus 2 for every one I pass the DC by now.
And you passed it by 11. It's 26.
Oh, by 11. Yes.
So it'd be 22 points. So
hmm And
uh,
anything that you would heal in excess is
Yeah, it
temporary hit
becomes
points
10.
for 5 hours.
Yeah.
okay. So would you rather have 22 points of healing rather than repair your strength damage?
Because I'd be at -2 strength modifier, but I don't use strength for a whole lot.
So I'm assuming that you would just rather take the healing at that point.
I'd much rather take the healing because I'm at like half health right now.
Cool.
Okay.
And then for Sidna, I'm assuming she would prefer the strength.
Yeah, let's start there. She got hit a lot.
She did get hit a lot. All right, that is.
that'll give back
exceeded by
3.
DC. Yes, that is correct.
That's not enough.
Okay. Yeah, she got hit a lot. Hang on, I want to mark it. And good on us for freaking making these robes, because I would not be able to do this.
Okay,
That'll be another
she's full up.
3. Okay.
If
cool.
you can actually heal her hit points now, that would be great. If not, she has a couple of potions she's willing to use.
How's a 24 sound for you?
That'll be that'll be just fine. She will be fully healed.
And then I know.
Are you able to make another heal on me as well?
I am. Are you still down?
I'm just down strength damage now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can do that. Like the question is because you're exchanging the strength damage for another one of those big heals, basically.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so you want the strength damage back?
That's fine.
Okay.
I'd rather be in tip-top shape. Not to take away from Justin's need of healing, but I want to do that for the second.
You're up.
Cool. Wicked. Thanks.
All right, and Justin, I know you also got hit, so I'm just gonna do that now.
I just need some strength damage. I'm fine otherwise.
Okay, just the strength damage. Okay.
Yep.
I don't
all
know
I
why
need.
that's
3 points of strength damage are healed.
Cool. I'm good.
Didn't say he needed strength damage healing. He said strength damage. So you dealt 3 strength damage by cutting out muscles.
I mean, again, don't
kills
try
the
and
shirt.
question the complexities of goblin medical knowledge. Okay, it's very complex. You have to cut open the wound and you have to spit in it just right, and then you got to rub
Gross.
the dirt.
You're like,
in.
this one's really bad.
Still gross.
Just gets grosser the longer it goes on.
All right. And that's everybody healed, I believe, except for Quintus.
No,
Quintus
Quintus
has
was
healed his strength damage. He's got a couple of hit points gone, but it's not a big deal.
Dandrin took a lot of hit point damage.
Do you want? Okay, I'll hit Dandrin again.
Okay.
I didn't. If you healed me for hit points, I never heard it.
No, I haven't.
No,
healed
it's
you for
one or
hit
the
points.
other. I just went through the whole rigmarole.
Okay, so that would be
That is 30 points healed. No,
14. So 14 times 2, 28. 28 points healed.
yeah, 28 points healed.
And
Right.
anything over your total is temporary for 5 hours.
All
Feel
right.
great.
All right.
Just
okay.
much better than. Glad I made you that vest and those gloves.
During this time, Quintus is going to dig into this backpack.
Sure. So it looks like what was in this backpack, and what you can still sort of see in this backpack is a lot of strips of cloth, along with a pair of scissors. And they're sort of like pins, like safety pins almost. But they're not. Sorry, they're not actually safety pins. They're the sort of pins that you would use if you were sewing to bind a seam before you sew it.
Yeah. Sewing needles.
Yeah, sewing needles. There you go. Well, not sewing needles because they're not the needles that carry the thread. They're pinning needles because they hold something in place.
Yep. Right. The smaller ones that just have a like a nub on.
Yeah,
the
a little nub at the end. And they're the ones where like every mom used to keep those pins in a tomato. Yeah. And if you guys don't know what I just said, you apparently didn't have a parent that sewed.
Yeah.
because
You,
I guarantee you they kept their needles in a tomato.
They did. They kept their needles in a tomato.
Sure
Everybody
looked
had a
like a
fucking
tomato.
tomato.
Everybody
and
had a
that's where
fucking
their
tomato.
needles
I always thought it was really weird that it was shaped like a tomato.
Yeah. Why was it always a tomato?
I don't know. I guess they don't shape it like something
I also
cute.
had pumpkin shapes.
Yeah,
My
but
mom had two. She
I
had a
guess they
pumpkin
don't
and
shape
tomato.
it like something cute because then you'd be stabbing it 100 times.
You know, the weirdest thing is that maybe even the generation after us will have no fucking idea what this is.
Yes. So you find the strips of cloth. You find the pinning needles. You find some scissors. You find a couple of ration packs, like the sort of thing that you would the thing that you would buy if what you went into a like outfitter store and said, I need a day of rations, and they would give you one of those like pre-packaged packs, like here's some crackers and like a little tin, and that's it. You know, like this thing that you open and you slather it on the crackers, and it's probably gross because potted meat is never really good. And the end.
Yeah, that's fair.
And in addition to that, there's there's a knife. The backpack has a sheath on the side, and there's a knife in it. And when you pull out the knife, it's a very recognizable knife. It's
I've seen about a dozen of these.
You've seen about a dozen of these so far, yeah. It's this got kind of a serrated blade, the little gem at the thing that has this like sort of
Pommel.
skull
Pommel?
on the pommel. There's see, the word for the end of the handle is a pommel. There's a gem in the pommel when you move the little device at the base of the pommel, and you see this sort of like red blood drop with a black kind of mask over it. And that's about all that's in there.
All right, yeah, that's fine. He's not going to empty it out, but he's definitely taking the bag with.
Yeah, I mean, it's a. I will tell you, it is well made enough to be counted as a masterwork backpack. Not that that makes any difference, really.
It's fine.
Plus
The
1
fact
AC
that-
on that backpack.
Plus 1 AC on that backpack there.
It's
So
got a
if I
negative-
wear it, I get
negative
plus 1
one.
AC? No, the backpack gets plus 1 AC if you wear it.
I'll get
it's
a
got
-1 to armor check penalty.
Yeah, -1 to armor ACP. Of course, it starts with an ACP of 0, so
Yeah.
you know.
Also, fun fact: it's cursed, so it subtracts 2 from your intelligence.
It's a cursed masterwork backpack. So that's what you find. It sounds like everybody is pretty much healed at this point. So I think this is probably a good point for us to take a break. So let's take a break, and we'll be back in 15-ish minutes, around 9:20. All right. Well, then we will be right back. And we're back.
Ah, behold,
Hello,
Joey
Spoons.
Spoons.
Behold my gloriousness.
Observe.
Travis. This is not going to make sense to anybody that was watching, but we were just talking a lot of wrestling during the break. There's a local brand or a local promotion called Defy Northwest.
Okay.
They have shows every other Friday, so that sucks for us because we play on Fridays. But they also have, I believe, on every one of those every other Friday shows, so once a month-ish, they do a show on Saturday as well.
Okay.
So if you ever want to go to like one of the Saturday shows, I'd be down for that.
Yeah, I'd be down as long
because like live wrestling is always dope.
I've never been to live wrestling, so we should talk
they
about
hold
this
it?
off stream, and I'd be down for sure.
So with that, everybody's healed. You're all in sort of a cavern with kind of an underground river that seems to have some blood bloaters floating about. And what would you all like to do?
Actually, Lumio should probably get some healing. Dead.
Fine.
Here's the thing about healing Lumio. If you keep doing it, he's never going to learn to stop taking damage.
True. Quintus is just gonna start moving down.
Take 17. No, oh no. What actually happened?
Nice.
Wow.
I heal you for 27?
Jeez.
Can I get some of that as temp?
How many hit points
I
does
shall
Lumio
improve
have
you.
normally? Like 25?
32.
Jeez.
I
Have the
finally got a
technology.
good health
You can make
roll
him
from the
better.
last level.
Stronger, faster.
All right. So, you guys are moving down. For Sidna will still sort of be where Lumio is, so she's not going to follow immediately after Quintus.
Sorry,
Quintus,
I'll move over.
Quintus suppresses his vision. He's still visible because the trail he's leaving in the water, but he's trying to stick to the side.
Okay.
I feel like Sharut would probably keep up Quintus because he is
I'm trying to do
a
the same.
scout of
Yeah.
sorts.
As you guys are getting closer, there's everybody can see this. It looks like a
Egg?
just kind of a big flat rock. It's not perfectly flat. It's clearly like a natural sort of formation in the middle. There's some trails of moss on it, and you can see, especially kind of all around the edges here, all of these little like mostly circular splats of blood.
Okay. Well,
Gross.
she obviously came by here, so we should continue down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dandrin is going to go overland for this portion, and he's going to keep his eye out while he's up here looking for any more signs of passage.
Yeah, if you
Would
want
that be
to
survival or perception?
So are you trying to like examine like the things left on the rock? Are you trying to like see if she went to a specific path?
So we know she was by this rock, so I'm
Yeah.
looking for a specific path.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a survival check.
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
Yeah, so like you're like I don't really know, and then you kind of like slip on some of the moss, and it's real slippery up there, and you're sort of like losing your footing, and it's not great.
You said something about the droplets being circular.
Yeah, they're mostly circular. They're about that big. By that big, they're about the size of like a little bit bigger than a silver dollar. So
Set them on fire.
you're seeing about 1.5 inches or so, and they're just kind of splatted onto the rock.
Are they fresh-ish?
Ish.
Like still, like not completely wet, but are they still like? If you were to like tap your finger on it, could you still get some?
They're not dry because things in this cave aren't really dry. There's a little bit of tackiness there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit like touching something that's kind of partially congealed.
So don't think we need to hurry. Been here for a while.
Yeah.
Yes, but something made these These are not blood splatters
Yes,
or dripping.
they're perfectly circular, like the blood floaters.
those things.
Right, but they're dead.
Yeah,
Yes.
she probably killed them.
Or got away. Again, based off of what we've found. Low blood, life in serious risk. Best to find quickly.
And he's gonna start tracking forward.
Okay, sounds good. So yeah, first and now we'll sort of stick with the Lumio.
Yeah.
Since he is in the back.
Oh, weird. I can only see where I've gone. Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, it's weird. So this is how vision works for the minute, and I don't know why it's like this. And stop doing what you're doing.
Sorry. Yeah, that's a better idea.
All right.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
let's see. Quintus and Sharut and Deline, the three of you were sort of like cutting it close to the wall. Can the three of you please give me perception checks?
Yeah, you bet.
How's 23 sound?
A 23
Terrible.
will make it. An 11 won't.
Wow.
There we go.
That's real bad.
Sharut, right here, you see basically what looks to be sort of like a footprint. Think of it as like a footprint that extends a lot longer than it should, because the footprint is made in like on the moss or on the algae that's growing on the rock, and then it pulls down.
So like somebody slid?
Like somebody slipped.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like if I had like a spread-toed grip on like paint and then pulled it down. That's kind of what it looks like.
Okay.
And you see that right here. And then you see it a couple more times, sort of like as it's going up here. It doesn't drag as much. It looks like whoever made it finally managed to get on the rock. Yeah.
Sharut's gonna try and follow those tracks.
Okay. Give me a survival check.
And he'll say as he does,
Footprints on moss here.
where is the button?
Button. Who's got?
Oh, excellent. Sharp eyes. Well done.
Wow. That's just. You guys can't see it, but what I see is just like a shit-eating grin.
Wait, what? Me?
I got another 23.
Oh.
No, it's just Noah going, yeah.
Yeah. Sharut. It looks like the footprints go this way, and then they sort of stop here. But you're able to tell that why they stop here is there's more space between the footprints, and then like only the ball of the foot right here. So it looks like somebody tried a sort of running jump off of this one, going this way.
Oh, okay. So basically, she was being chased throughout the entire time.
Jumped off. Tried to jump from this rock to here.
I don't
and
know
it's
her
just-
athletic ability. That's not gonna work.
You got a good enough run up.
Based off blood loss. Not good.
Yeah, and he'll continue to look for signs of
Okay.
basically where she went.
Sounds good. So yeah, as you guys continue to move up, give me another survival check here. Actually, I'll just use your previous success. Like, with your previous success, you can tell what she did. She kicked off this one and tried going here, and then you can see the marks of somebody climbing up here, and then trying to do the same thing on this rock with not quite any sort of success. Your ability to track tells you that attempting to do the same thing here, she slipped into the water, and then she apparently ran this way.
Lumio, can you move forward?
Yeah, you're the light.
Thank you. She ran towards the
Yeah.
bay, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I'll try and pick up the trail again.
Okay. Yeah, give me 1 second here.
Is this white line the edge of the water?
No. I will tell you what it is in 1 second. So,
For sure.
as you guys get up, what you see is a small sort of flat area that looks to be less stone and more sort of like earth. Wet earth, but earth. There is a very visible white line running over this whole thing. Like you see it like edging at the water. And Quintus, you're there first. It looks like small crystals of like some kind of rocky mineral.
Quintus nods and steps over it.
Okay.
He's got a good idea of what's going on there.
Okay. Sounds good.
Danarin's going to step over the salt.
Sounds good. You guys both step over the salt, and I will switch
In the
back
salt
over.
line, it keeps those things away. I imagine dehydrates them like slugs.
Oh yeah.
Jillian just like makes a big line, open up on it.
Yep. I just kick it through. Yeah, just like Metrol. Old Metro trick.
Yeah, it's
Sure,
one of
we'll
them.
follow their lead.
One of them old Metrol tricks. Why am I still drawing?
Keeps the leeches out.
I'm still drawing in.
Invisible ghost is
drawing-
spraying the salt around.
I'm still drawing in white, and I don't know why. Give me just a second here. I need to. There is no way to erase part of a line.
Right.
Dope. I will make a square then. Oh, and now it wants to draw in red. Fuck you, Foundry. You are so. No. The free draw is still in white. The shape draw is in red. Hold on. Okay. Hold on.
Oh.
I can draw a square, but circles are white. Square it is then.
So, like, we've joked a little bit about John being sort of the sadistic one, but man, if I was of a mind, there's an immense satisfaction that I could take in just having introduced him to this software.
No, so like, I'm just baffled by some things. Like, why is it like this? I don't know if you guys can see, but I'm drawing all the circles in white, but all the squares in red, and I don't know why it's doing this. So anyway, that area is the area that all the peoples walked over. And I will move for Sidna up so that she is next to Lumio, and then I will ask everybody to give me a
We'll see.
give me a will save. No, give me a perception check.
Followed by a will save. Fucking Sharut.
That's
God
like
damn,
the third
dude.
23 in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, what? You're just roll 23. You're like, they'll never suspect.
You know, if I didn't roll another number ever again, like if it was stayed
always a
14 on the
23?
day, if it stayed 14 on the die, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
I'd be okay with that.
So what you guys have seen is a couple of things. So number one is that, you guys moving out of the water, everybody's real wet because you're walking through the water. You see that you have basically erased the line over here. Number two, Quintus and Dandarin, the two of you can see something because you're close enough to see it. Right here and right here, you see what look to be barrels with like scoops in them. And judging by the fact that the barrels are both like overflowing, you can tell that what they are full of is salt. And then number three, everybody sees a new friend appear. And this new friend is right here.
Is it a salt mimic?
It sort of like comes down off this wall.
It's a slug. You kicked the salt.
And it starts moving towards all of you. Can I get everyone to give me an initiative roll?
Yeah, of course.
Since you asked so nicely.
Wow. Elian was not wanting to fight today.
There it is.
Oh,
Hey!
I apparently didn't have his thing have a little when hovered over, but his name is Sluggo the Slug. He's a slug.
I noticed it's Sluggo. I was about to comment on it.
All right, Sluggo. Did I set your?
I need to see if it has T.
Excellent.
Yeah, it sure does.
I didn't.
Does it have teeth?
It's a chomping
does.
slug.
Oh, it does have teeth. Oh,
Oh
no.
yeah, the hold on. I'll set it so that everybody can see it. I thought that when I set tokens, they would
Preview.
properly preview. Sometimes Foundry does that, and sometimes it don't, and I'm very confused. I'm just confused all the time. Select file. There we go. And so now everybody can see what Sluggo the Slug looks like because he's down there in the corner, and he is not pretty.
No.
Orchid image. There you go.
Thank
Yeah, you're welcome. He's a big slug, and his name is Sluggo, and he likes to make friends, and he's going to make friends with you all right now.
Likes slugging.
He does go last, to no one's surprise, because he's a fucking slug.
If he went first, I would be alarmed.
Oh no, he's Turbo the slug.
Turbo was a snail.
There was in 3.5 a race of giant sea snails that the Sahaugen would ride into battle, and their base swim speed was like 70 feet around. They were extremely fast.
What the fuck?
But this ain't that. So we got top of the round. We got Quintus. Quintus, it's top of the round, and you get to go.
Fantastic. Quintus moves to the barrel of salt
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
And he picks up a scoop.
Sounds good. You got it, the old salt scoop.
Give me an idea if I were to move back here. Give me an idea how much range could I put? Like, could I draw a line from, like, let's see, I don't know how I meant here.
With a single
line in front of me?
scoop, no. A single scoop will allow you to do basically like a 5-foot barrier or a 5-foot line of a square or diagonal across a square.
In that case, he will go here and he will put a 5-foot line directly in front of him.
Okay, sounds good. I will draw you a little thingy, motherfucker.
And Deline's like, if only it weren't the consequences of our actions coming in to get us.
You know what's funny is that you blame Delian. Everybody sopping wet walked through the water.
Everybody's
John
wet.
Eric said it, and now everybody goes, "It was you, gnome."
One of us kicked the line. The rest of us tried to walk.
It was already wet.
Yeah, it was already wet. Hey, Delian did nothing. This fight was going to happen. Next turn is Lumio.
Neat. Hell, I went dead last time. That's neat.
I go dead last this time.
Hey,
Look at my slugs initiative roll.
It's real good.
it's 1.89 or 98? 98.
Yeah.
1.98.
How did you lose the .02?
I don't know.
He somehow has like counts as going super first.
So he has a -2 to initiative. So what I imagine happened is that he rolled a 2, and then the way that this thing counts initiative is that it adds your number, your initiative bonus, both to the D20, and then it does something in the hundreds too. That way to help balance it out. You know, that way if all of you roll a 15, it'll try to balance it out. So some of you will be in like 15.2, 15.3, etc. All
right.
So since he rolled a 2, but he has a -2 to initiative, he has a 1.98 initiative.
I'll take that. That's fine.
Yeah.
I mess up.
Lumio, do you have a salt blast of any kind?
I was
With
gonna
magic,
assault
who
him.
knows?
Yeah, that's true.
I'm actually gonna check the destruction sphere and see if salt blast is a thing, because that sounds
would be-
hilarious.
That would be so
shotgun.
I believe rock blast would work.
There's a rock blast, but there's not a salt blast, which is what I wanted.
There
to
is a
say.
crystal blast.
It could be
though.
rock salt.
Your vitriol strikes the opponent, and they are
Your
filled with
vitriol salt.
the essence of your salt.
You hit it with years of working at Blueprint.
Oh,
Does that make any of us here a salt caster? Because I'm fine with that
Yeah.
too.
Honestly, I'm the only non-salt caster here.
Yeah.
I prestiged into it. I
So,
can't get out of it.
So what would you like to shoot the sluggo with, or not
I
shoot the
think-
sluggo with?
I think I'm gonna do a wall of lightning. I just need to find all of my bits. Destruction. There you are. I don't think I can actually.
Energy wall blast shape. You can craft it into a 5-foot by 5-foot cubic wall with a duration of concentration. You can spend a spell point to increase the effect and create a wall of up to 20 feet high and 20 feet wide per caster level in a straight line.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Spending a spell point, taking that with wild magic, which is increasing my wild magic thing to 65.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to roll the wild magic first because that can determine if things go off or not. Oh boy!
Go ahead and draw it.
Wow.
As an instantaneous effect, all dead creatures within 10 miles of the caster are animated as skeleton. I think.
Jesus.
Hold
10
on.
miles?
Hold on. What?
What the fuck? 10 miles?
Wait. You drew from the you drew from the universal major table, not the destruction minor
Oh,
table.
thank God.
Oh,
my-
I was
about
about
to be
to
like-
lose my mind.
Yeah. Draw from the right.
That's some Warhammer fantasy nonsense right there.
Please draw from the right pile of cards.
I was about to be
And
like,
these
that
skeletons are
thing-
hostile to all living creatures. We have killed New Seer.
I guess
It's
Corin
not even New Seer. It's
showed up
everything.
again.
I mean, kicking the salt ain't so bad after that, huh?
Andy,
Yeah, that's true.
Andy,
You know what?
please draw a
Redeemed.
card from the right deck.
That seems a bit better.
Casting time increases by 1 step. Okay, so this takes you a full round to cast, I believe.
Okay.
So
That was a scale of
Comparatively speaking.
escalation.
Holy shit.
I swear, if anybody ever lets me play in a Spheres game, I'm gonna play a wild magic caster, and I'm just going to constantly be rolling. Like, what do? I have to open that door, right? Yeah, I'm gonna telekinesis that door open. Wha-bam! Okay, so it's a full round action, so you can't move, and you have a wall.
20 feet long.
If you would like to draw your wall, because
Where's the draw thing?
Everything that I draw line wise is white at the moment, and I don't want to confuse it with a salt wall.
Is there a draw thing?
There's a draw freehand.
Where would I find that?
So on the left side, you have the little man, and then you have one that's a pencil.
No, we don't.
Not anymore.
Oh, you guys don't have the pencil?
I think you may have disabled it because we were abusing it.
Yeah, that sounds like you guys.
Were.
I think you. I like how you blamed me. I think you might have disabled it because we were shitheads.
No. I said you disabled it because we were abusing it. There was no blame on you.
Okay.
Just the reasoning behind your action.
Can you line it out for me, Andy, so I know where it's going?
You could just draw it in squares.
Okay. So
in red squares.
I'm gonna put it right
in a
there.
series of red squares.
Cool.
And that didn't draw in blue at all. Foundry, I don't know how you work. You're so confusing.
When we get back to the Warhammer game, I feel like Albert's dead instantaneously.
Yeah.
This is for Foundry.
This is for Foundry.
Oh, that works, right?
I mean, I already lined it.
Yeah.
So cool. 20-foot high, 20-foot wide pile of lightnings. Sharut, it's your turn.
How does run speed work again?
Are you just gonna bolt from it?
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and bolt towards the
So if you do you have the run feat? I ask, knowing the answer is no. You can spend your whole round running to move at 3 times your normal speed if you're moving in a fairly straight line.
Okay.
So that would be like straight line without things like rocks in the way.
No serpentine actions.
Yeah, basically no serpentine actions, nothing in the way.
Would this count or
yes, that does count as something in the way.
Okay. In that case, guess
anywhere where the rocks are is going to be, if it's a big rock, impassable, and if it's a small rock, difficult.
I guess I'll just run to there.
Okay.
Oh, you're gonna attract its attention. Good call. Good call.
Man, I was really hoping that you decided to stand there and shoot it, because the idea of a slug charging was just going to amuse the shit out of me.
It charges 10 feet. That's the extent of its movement, and we're done.
And yeah,
It's
charging
coming.
slug.
All right, Dandarin, it's your turn.
Dandarin's going to walk over
Uh-huh.
the barrel. As he does so, as part of his move action, he's gonna pull out a little bit of grease.
And light himself on fire.
Just a little bit of grease, and he's gonna dip his hammer into it a little bit.
Okay.
He's gonna cover his hammer in salt.
I like that. That is clever.
That is very
clever.
That is
very
that is clever and a little dumb. I like it. Get a hero point as well.
nice.
Hey.
Okay. Next is gonna be for Sidna, who she can't set up a combat patrol right here because it seems like everybody else is gonna back up. So she is going to basically just stand in front of Lumio and do what she can to guard for him. And then it's Delian's turn. Oh, wait, hold on. I gotta make an attack roll for Sidna.
Because
she's assisting Lumio.
Because you provoked when you walked away.
Okay, Lumio, you get a +2 to your AC.
Nice. Thank you.
I see. So Delian's gonna Delian can only move here and see what Quintus and Dandarin are doing and go, oh yeah, this makes sense. It's a slug. Yeah, I should have thought of that. Didn't. I'm gonna get me some of that salt, and that's what he's gonna do.
So, are you getting all the way to the barrel?
Yeah, since I'm just gonna double move to get salt.
Okay, so you get over there. You can start grabbing salt. There was a scoop, and Quintus has it right now, but you can get handfuls if you want.
Oh, trust me, I have pouches upon pouches, my friend.
Sure.
Now I have pouches upon pouches of salt.
Sure. We'll say that you have filled 2 pouches with salt.
In case I don't have dirt to throw in Skeleton's eyeballs, now I have salt.
Oh, Jesus.
I did it before with the Dolgon. It was funny.
All
I'm gonna
right.
blind you bastard.
So, it is its turn, and the Sluggo. Number one, if I pass through the wall, I believe I don't get to make a reflex save. Is that correct, Andy? I want to say that.
Looking it up.
I don't think you're passing through a sheer wall of lightning. It'd be weird to
Dodge
people
the
who
plasma.
stand in the space get a save, but anybody who walks through it just suffers. You want to roll your lightning damage?
I do indeed.
A little bit of lightning damage for my Sluggo.
Yep. And I'm 5th level, so 3d6.
nice.
Bam!
All right. Sluggo will take 8 damages as it moves here.
One would think he would take a bit more, being wet and all.
Yeah.
I mean, the
I'm
mucus probably.
gonna
isn't
say
good
no
enough.
because the wall wasn't really like I'm going to put it into the water near him or something like that. It's put
That's
sort
all
of
right.
on the
Yeah,
beach.
yeah. That makes sense.
So it will encounter salt that has been basically diluted enough that it doesn't bother with that, and then it's gonna take a spit. And it's gonna spit at Forsidna because she is the closest.
And also French.
And French. When you get the opportunity and there's a close French person, please spit on them. Please don't. I don't want to be sued by anybody.
I know. I was like, bad advice.
And I want to let you all know, just to cover my bases, I am also not a financial advisor.
This is not stock advice. I cannot be held accountable for the things I say.
All right. So that will hit for Sidna, and that will hit for Sidna for
Fuck.
a lots of damage. She will float 17 feet in the air. You see this gob of this like green acid just and slam into her, and she kind of it has acid spit.
This is most unfortunate.
If anyone else knows further tactics, now would be the time.
Jesus Christ.
And top of the round is Quintus.
This is not gonna be. We're not gonna get this done, especially since no one else is helping. Quintus is gonna drop the. He's gonna drop the little scoop, and let's see, options do I have available here? Like a lot, really, but he's gonna move forward and take cover behind this rock.
That makes sense. Given your size and that rock, that will count as total cover.
He's already sort of hard to see.
Yeah. Well, see, being sort of hard to see is a weird thing when something has blind sight 60 feet.
God damn it.
I didn't make this to just screw you guys over, but it's cool how the tactics are working that out. But Lumio, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
I put my hand on the back of Forsidna and just say I'm slowly backing up. And like, you know how that thing where fighters will back up, keeping their shield and stuff up, so that we can back up together. That's what he's trying to get to happen.
So if you want to do that, I would move you down to like basically just behind Forsidna.
Aren't I already?
No,
Yeah.
I mean move you down in the initiative.
Oh,
like
okay.
if you want to move with her.
That sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how far are you moving, and are you taking any other actions?
I want to launch a shot, which would just be my standard destructive blast with electricity, and then move back while that's happening. So just launch one over her shoulder.
Okay. Go ahead and move to where you're moving, and then or no, wait. I'm gonna move your initiative down to 10.03, and then we'll have you move on your new turn, if that makes sense, since you want to be able to move with her. So in the meantime, Sharut, you have run away. Apparently it has ranged attacks. What would you like to do?
Okay. Sharut is going to move here as a free action. I'm hoping you'll allow this. He's going to throw off his backpack, and he's going to try and lift the salt barrel.
I am not going to allow that as a free action. No. If you want to do that, that's fine. But no, that's not free action. Like it's a backpack. You're wearing it. It's clothing.
It's fair. It's fair.
And it's also Sharut's backpack, which is gigantic.
It's fair. It's fair.
So if you want to run over there and take out the backpack and then like prep to grab the thing and start moving forward, that's totally fine and it makes sense and you're strong enough to do it.
I'm wondering if I should just try and do it with the backpack on. Let me check. That'd be under Corey.
It's almost cooler when he's got the robot voice going.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try and do it with the backpack on.
Okay. How much are you carrying right now?
I am underneath a light load. So.
And what is your max encumbrance?
Like how much can I carry off the ground?
Yeah.
Or off ground is 450 pounds.
Okay, so I just looked, and it looks like a full barrel of salt weighs about 300 pounds. So you can actually pick this up.
This is absurd. Everybody's like trying to scoop it out. Sharut comes up. I've got this.
Scholar as a class makes no sense to me.
That's dumb.
No, it's just like, I packed it really good. The salt, I learned how to Lego the salt
Okay,
together.
so you go over there and you're like messing with your straps and you go, screw it. And you just pick up the barrel and you're just holding the barrel.
There's a
so
donkey
his
sound
move.
somewhere in the distance.
That was his move, and that was his standard. He's gonna say to Dandrin, as he's like holding this gigantic barrel,
Dandrin, help cover approach.
he's gonna try and get Dandrin to like pull on his shield so he can.
Yeah,
like,
I understand how he wants me to move with this.
Okay, Dandrin, it's your turn.
Adrian will step in front of Sharut, pull out the shield, and use the cover action with the tower shield.
All right, sounds good. Lumio, it's your turn. Go ahead and shoot your shot, and then back up to where you're going, and I'll move for Sidna with you.
Okay. All right. Let's do. I miss. So unless it's real bad with its AC, a 5 doesn't hit. I don't think.
Is your touch AC really only a +2?
Yeah. At this point, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that'll miss.
Yeah.
Man, that sucks. Because
I rolled a 3. That's not surprising.
no, I mean, well, it kind of is. Its touch AC is a 7.
God damn it!
Which is you were like, I'm gonna shoot it. I was like, there's no way he'll miss.
Welcome to my world.
You've done it. You've proved me wrong. And
so
where do you move to? Because
I want to move back to the rocks.
okay, go ahead and move back to the rocks.
That's
so you
30
can
there. Is
move
that
to
cool?
there. And for Sidna, seeing that Dandrin and Sharut are doing something, she's gonna move to there and still sort of buff your AC. You have partial cover from the rock, and you get a +2 to your AC from the protective bit that she's doing.
Neat. Neat.
And after that is Delian. It's your turn. You got 2 pouches full of salt.
And then Sharut comes over and takes the whole damn barrel.
Look, you think small, and Sharut don't.
Delian thinks practical. Sharut, I don't know what Sharut thinks. Goblin thoughts, obviously goblin thoughts.
It's literally go big or go home.
No, it's not that big brain play. This is fucking weird, dude.
It is so much wrinkle.
Dude, shut up. My brain is so fucking wrinkled right now. It's dumb. Honestly, I'm kind of at a loss.
What?
Sharut just picked up a whole fucking barrel of salt.
Yeah.
I mean,
This is the gamerest fight that you guys have been in.
watching Sharut dumbfounded is a legit action.
Julian goes, well, okay. I'll go over here. And then, what's medium range?
For what?
From me.
No. So, you mean medium range for your abilities?
Yeah.
Medium range is, hold on. It's 40 feet plus 10 feet per level.
Thank you. I need to check something real fast. 40 feet plus 10 feet per level. Per caster level?
Yeah, per caster level. So you're a 5th level character, but you're a 4th level caster.
Yeah. Okay. I'll move here, let's say, instead of. Oh, nice. I forgot. And then I'm gonna cause the slug to glow.
Do I get a save against that?
Nah.
Is that true, or are you just making it up?
No, I'm pretty sure it just says, as a standard action, you may cause a creature or object within medium range to glow for 1 minute per caster level. That's it.
And there's no save?
There's no save.
Also, doesn't sound like it has any debilitating effect.
Yeah, it does have a debilitating effect because he's glowing now.
Now he's glowing. And then next turn, as a standard action, if he has light sensitivity, which I assume as a slug he does, I can cause him to become a bright light, which would then confound him. I assume.
He probably doesn't have light sensitivity, man. I'm gonna tell you.
Well, then now we have a glowing slug.
Okay. Well,
Should the target.
He is resplendent.
he
He is
is.
resplendent.
Okay, hold on. Let me put 40 foot of glow on this dude.
I need this.
He is radiating light.
Can it be colored?
Oh, I'm gonna make it colored. He
Please,
is radiating.
it needs to be.
We'll make it sort of yellowy. And it'll pulse.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And
There you go.
Yeah.
Christ.
Whoa.
What?
We'll make it maybe less eye gouging. We'll put it like a
This is
there.
bright light. I would hate to see how bright light looks if that's normal.
So that was full intensity. This is like 40%. All right. So you have a pulsing, glowing slug. Round well spent. Sluggo's turn. Sluggo will move. It will move there, and then I gotta see what I know. I know where everybody is. So I'm gonna roll 1d6. I'm gonna start clockwise at Delian, with Sharut counting as being one higher than Dendron. For Sidna.
Just again. Really doesn't. French.
French.
You eat my cousins. Oh no, now I am French too.
Okay. Forsidna takes another globule of acidic spit. It is such a massive glob, and it just and she kind of drops to one knee and then stands up, and you see her take her like shield hand, and she raises the visor on her helmet, and you see that like her face is burnt, and she just and spits out some of it that made it in her mouth, and then lowers the visor back down and says,
Damn, she's a badass bitch for real.
Signa, how are you holding up?
I don't know why you
I
do
don't
this.
know how many more of these I can take.
Like,
See if I can get his attention.
Eric has this propensity when someone gets hurt really, really bad. Only then does Dandelion speak up. How you doing?
Once again, the way to
Feel like
her
you're
mouth
dying.
All right, so it's
You
a little
gonna
closer
die?
now, so I can zoom in. And so, like, I'm of the opinion that unless you are somebody with Death Watch on, or somebody with the Slayer class, you don't know what hit points are. So, like, she doesn't know that she probably can't take another one of those. But she said, like, I don't know how many more I can take.
Also, Dandelion can't tell how hurt you are, so he's asking, how
Yeah.
are you holding up?
No, like, that's what she said, is I don't know how many more of those I can take. So, top of the round is going to be Quintus. Quintus, the rock is serving you well.
sure is. It sure is. Man.
I know if she takes another one of those, she might be rock bottom.
It's not as funny without that context. It's just not as
Hey,
good.
I got a thumbs up from John Eric. Counted as a win in my book.
Such low standards. All right.
It's all right.
Yeah. So Quintus is actually gonna step out from behind the rock here, and he's gonna Shadow Blast.
Okay, sounds good.
Or rather, he's gonna Shadow Mark because it is it's an attack against touch AC.
Sounds good. Go ahead and give me a range touch attack.
Easier way to do this.
Is it AC or is it touch AC?
Touch AC.
Okay, range touch attack.
It is a ranged touch attack. I am confirming that ranged touch attack. Okay. I'm just gonna shoot my crossbow, and yeah, does I'm assuming a 26 hits.
Yeah, 26 hits. It's touch AC of 7.
Cool. Just knew it. I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. He takes 10 damage.
10 damages.
Nice.
And the question is, I guess he just automatically takes the -1 to will save, so that's cool.
Sure. Why not? He takes that. For the range touch attack, for the range touch attack version, I believe yes, it is included. If you hit, you just take it.
Right.
So yeah, for the area of effect one, they get a save, and if they make the save, they take half damage, and they don't take the -1.
Right. Yep.
Okay, so that was your turn. Sharut, it's your turn. You're waddling up some stuff. I believe I need to move your initiative because you're waiting for Dandrin to move, correct?
Basically, yeah. Sharut
Okay.
wants to move with Dandrin to move forward.
All right, so I'm going to put you in 11, and I'm going to put Dandrin in 11.1, and then I'm going to move back to Dandrin's. Wait, there we go. Back to Dandrin.
Right.
So, Dandrin, your turn.
Aaron's going to move forward and cover with the tower shield.
Sounds good. Sharut.
Will follow.
Sounds good. Sharut, you are currently at a heavy load, so you are moving at half speed, so that you know.
So I can only move about.
You can still take 2 move actions to get to where you moved. I'm just letting you know that like your speed is halved because you are at a heavy load.
Okay. Sharut will basically say to Dandrin,
Don't look easy to lift. Heavier than appear. Move might slower or might faster. Get creature faster.
Right?
We're close.
yeah, he's just saying, I'm moving it might slow, bud.
Yeah. All right. After that is going to be Lumio.
Oh, good. I'm going to, I am going to put down as my move action a totem that gives everyone +2 to damage on weapon attacks, because that feels like the right time to do that. And I'm going to take another shot at the beastie.
Sounds good.
Hey, an actual hit.
All right, so I put out the line for the totem, so everybody who's in that area will get the +2, which is everybody. So,
Except me. And then,
right.
oh, and wild magic. I can't forget.
Nice.
Yellow,
Nice.
soda.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, and that is for that one. That was a regular attack of yours, right? So you just needed a 10, so no wild magic. All right. For Sidna, is going to do much the same. She's going to increase your AC, since she can't do it for everybody because they're going to be moving away. So, she will actually roll a 1, and she will not increase your AC. She's like trying to like level her shield, and you see her kind of like slip and fall to one knee, and she stands and looks like she's in a good amount of pain. And after that is going to be Delian. Delian, it's your turn. It's up to you.
Kind of want to do something daring. I will spend a charge to hookshot over here.
Okay.
And then, because I can do it, huh?
I was kind of hoping Delian would warp into the barrel of salt and then
he can't
pop
do
out
that.
with it.
He needs to be within shadow to do that.
It's clearly dark in there.
It's also full of salt. It's an occupied space.
I just give him shunt damage.
I have
Fine.
Anyway,
I have like
Travis, you hookshot it over there. What would you like to do?
I'm also going to.
There's a glowing, pulsating squid that you or slug that you can do things to.
I know. So, do you mind if I tell you my plan? See if like what I want to do.
Okay.
Is I want to hook shot onto the back of this here slug and then pour salt directly down its back.
So there are rules for hookshotting a thing. So here's the thing: you've already hookshotted once, and I believe that's your standard action for this round, isn't it?
No, it's a move action, and I think I'm able to do it within a certain number of minutes.
So,
but we'll just say that was my move action.
Okay, so if you hookshot onto the creature, you don't have any actions left because you've move actioned and move action.
Yes.
Do you have any? You don't have any standard actions left, so the only way you could do I'm gonna just pour salt on it if you get on it is spend a hero point to do so.
I know.
Okay, so with that in mind, the way your hookshot works is that if you hookshot something and it weighs more than you do, which everything does, you go to it.
It's like I planned it.
So what you have to do is hit it with the hookshot.
Yes.
So that's a ranged touch attack, I believe.
Okay. And I believe we've made it now so that my ranged touch attacks go off of dexterity now.
I mean, they should.
We should.
You can always just like shoot your short bow, because your short bow uses the same information. We don't actually have your ranged touch attack on there.
Okay.
But so you can just shoot your short bow. That'll hit it. And then what happens after that is the two of you make strength checks, but you'll fail this and it won't. I guarantee it. And so let's just get past that spot. You will be on it. You'll actually be on it. and you can spend a point to do a thing if you'd like.
And I would like to take the salt and pour it directly on its head, if possible.
Sure thing. I assume both pouches, just...
All of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll me 4d6 for the acid damage. It's not acid damage, but it's like 4d6 damage of salt to this thing.
And it's slash roll.
Slash roll 4d6. All
That
right.
was not a whole lot.
That wasn't bad though.
It's not
Still
bad.
pretty good. Yeah,
I mean,
that's still pretty good.
that's more than average. So it shoots 45 feet into the air.
Wait, splattering both of us.
Okay. Not bad. Super dope thing now, though. It has something to melee attack.
It does.
Oh lord.
But the weird thing is that I'm on top of it?
Yeah. So you're not grappling it, so I don't need to roll grapple. It's also a slug, so like its ability to be kind of flexible.
Yeah.
I will actually read you how flexible it is. It has a trait called malleable.
No, I know how slugs work.
Its body is so malleable, it allows it to fit into any like narrow area. It takes no penalty to its speed or checks when squeezing. So there was the thought of putting like a huge sized giant slug into a medium sized tunnel, because I thought that would be funny. As he just like
It just pours itself out.
yeah. Well, yeah, I'll explain the giant slug thing, like the idea that I had that I decided not to go to. But anyway, it is going to try to attack you. You are in its back. I'll give it a -2 to hit. So
Wicked.
Yeah.
Is that gonna hit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So that is gonna be. Oh my God! Really?
Wow.
You take nearly minimum damage from the 2d6 plus 2d4.
So fucking good.
I will count this out in case it matters. You take 3 points of physical damage, and you take 3 points of acid damage.
It doesn't even
Okay.
touch my actual HP.
Yeah, I know that some people have like elemental resistances and stuff like that. So just letting you know. All right. And that was Sluggo's turn.
Feels so good.
Sluggo, don't even move. He just sort of reaches back and goes, and it sort of sounds like it has not quite teeth. It's just mostly cartilage, so they don't really make like a chompy sound. They just kind of together as they.
God, there's a lot of like sucking noises in this here.
It's
like,
a slug, and the other ones were oozes.
The oozes can't make.
Does it not?
Welcome to the water level.
Sorry, what?
Does it not get its strength bonus to the attack?
Shit, it should get its strength bonus. Why didn't it add that?
Yeah, because I see physical damage, I see elemental damage, I see no bonus.
Yeah, hold on. It should have gotten its.
Maybe because its teeth aren't bone but cartilage.
No.
It's a soft bite.
So my program didn't. So like I have a program that's like telling me what to add. I didn't add the strength damage, and that's weird. Sorry, Travis. In addition to that 6 damage, please add 9 more.
Okay.
Yeah, it has a +6 strength bonus and the 1 attack, so that's times 1.5. So,
is there an opposite of a hero point? Do I get one of those?
I'll give you a hero point because I like people that follow the rules, Justin.
I appreciate it.
Wow.
And Travis, I'll give you a hero point because what you just did was stupid, and I like it.
Stupid. I just
No.
saved for Sydney from getting annihilated.
You completely did, because if I would have rolled above average damage, she would have died. Quintus, it is your turn.
Right. Quintus is going to take a full round action to not have to burn any shadow points for a shadow mark.
Okay.
Likely hits.
So that does hit. Do you have precise shot?
I don't have precise shot.
Okay. So it still hits. I was just kind of wondering.
Sure.
So you take a -4 to your attack roll, but even with that, you still get a 7, so you still hit it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll your damages. 16 damages. That's gonna put it at 61 feet in the air.
Crushing Delian once
Crushing
again.
Delian.
Once again.
All right.
Please, God.
And Dandarin, it's your turn.
Me.
I'm gonna move up.
I walk up to the slug.
All right.
I sunder the slug.
All
My
right.
salty hammer. Does that do anything special?
Your salty hammer will add 1d6 to the hammer damage of salt. It'll be used up on the 1 attack, but it'll add 1d6.
All right. Yep. I just hit it. I am aiming to reduce its attacks.
Okay, sounds good. and then 1d6 for the acid,
Did you like bop it in the mouth?
and then twist it, and then do it.
And then pull it.
Okay, and total that up without the acid for me.
So without the acid, it's just 8.
Okay.
It doesn't. Remember, that's why I split the regular damage in Sunder.
Yeah,
so it's 8.
I thought that I took like minimum damage from the Sunder. Like I take like 1 point per die.
Oh, you don't take the Sunder. What you do is you take when I'm attacking a natural creature, unless it would take the damage because it's a construct or has like some kind of weakness, it just takes a penalty of basically 3 to his attack checks.
Okay.
Because I'm hitting him in his mouth for his bite specifically.
Gotcha.
I'm hitting him.
So you only do 8, correct?
I do 8 plus the 3 spitæ.
Okay. So
11 total, 8
yeah.
bludgeoning, 3 bolt.
I will tell you, Dandern's keen eye will identify the fact that his hammer did practically nothing.
I will swap to stabbing.
The salt actually does something, but the hammer impacts with the slug, and the slug goes wobble, 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 wobble like a waterbed, and it doesn't do anything.
Dandrin switches to the slashy bits.
To the sharp. He switches to the sharp end of the blunt hammer. So the slug gains an additional 3 feet of altitude from the salt, and the salt on the hammer is now done. And Sharut, it's your turn, sir.
I've been waiting to do this, so I'm gonna spend I'm gonna double move. And I'm going to spend a hero point.
Sure.
And hey, look, I'm at 0 hero points again.
Oh, wonder of wonders.
Wonder of wonders. And I'm going to dump this barrel of salt because you said it was an open
It is an open barrel. Yeah.
Onto this slug.
Okay. This is going to be a melee touch attack that I don't think you can miss, but it is a melee touch attack, so who knows?
It's melee touch attack. I guess I just roll a D20.
It would be D20 plus or minus your BAB, and then plus your BAB minus your strength.
Okay, so let me check my BAB real quick.
You're a 5th level scholar. I think your BAB is a 2.
Yeah, my BAB is 2. So I still have a chance to miss this.
Don't say
weird.
that.
But it is a larger creature than me, so I do get a +2, right?
So that is
sort of taken into it.
That's taken into account in my number, not in your number.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what you get is your BAB is 2. Your strength is what? 8.
Yeah. So it's a -1.
So it's a -1. So you're at 1, and then you're small, so it's back to 2. So you're rolling a D20 plus 2, and you got to get a 7.
Yep. D20 plus 2.
Yep. All right.
Look at those muscles! Wow, he's so strong.
Sharut, please roll me 10d6 damage.
Fuck.
He just poured a barrel of salt onto a gigantic slug.
No, it's just like the amount. I can't wait to see the dice. That's all.
Jesus Christ.
Wow. Look at all of those big numbers.
Pretty good, man. Pretty good.
Wow. So like,
If it lives through that, I'm calling horse shit.
Get the other barrel.
Get the other barrel. Sharut, it is. It sort of writhes around, and you see it just kind of like salt interacting with slugs is never a pleasant thing to watch, and it's way more unpleasant when the slug is the size of an elephant and you can hear it making sounds. So you can just hear it kind of slamming itself around trying to get away as it's drying up, and it's just a.
I get slowly closer and closer to the ground.
And yes, it is very much no longer alive.
Nice.
That's all I wanted to do.
So,
Highlight
job,
of the
Sharut.
night for Noah.
good job, Sharut. Before it finishes dying, Danderin's going to scoop salt, walk back over, and fix the line. Just a big pile of salt. I imagine.
Yeah.
It
Won't take. It won't take all of it. It'll take you a few trips to fix the line and get it back to the point that it was. But you can do it between that one and the other barrel. That's more than there's more than enough that's still there. And that will end that combat.
Is it still glowing?
Yes, the body's still glowing. It glows for a minute. That's what you said. Your ability makes it glow for a minute.
minute per caster level.
As it's dying.
Yeah,
It's just pulsating and looking resplendent.
Yeah.
Sharut is gonna put down the barrel. He's gonna turn around and look at Farsidna and walk over to her.
You should probably go make sure she's all right.
Yes, that was idea. Thank you, Dandarin.
She you have kind of a doctor's eye that other people don't really have. She looks bad.
Yeah, let's patch her up.
Yeah, she looks really, really, really bad.
This is probably going to dig into salves because I've already healed her twice.
Yeah, you actually healed her 3 times.
Yes, that's correct. We will.
She goes, I have some potions on me. I just didn't want to reach for them and risk Lumio taking a hit. But if the fight is over, I can drink those.
Shorut understand. May need to drink potion, but see what Shorut can do.
And we'll make a roll.
Okay, go ahead and roll for me. Jesus, she's fine.
Was that like 40?
I feel better.
So that is 42 points of healing. So that will get rid of the 32 that she took, and she has 10 temporary hit points. I don't know how to do minus 10. Somebody remember Farsidna has 10 temporary hit points. I'll never.
So if she has a regular character sheet
there you
under
go.
hit points, it has current maximum temp.
She's floating 10 feet below the ground.
Sharut is
Tunneling.
His action was basically like, you see him like in a flurry of hands, like using weird like swabs to like get the spit acid away. And, like, there's just this giant pile behind him, and like at the same time you see his other hand like doing like, okay, I need to sew this one up and kind of apply this here. And like after all is said and done, he looks at it and he's like, "How feel?" And
she says, the handful of salt that you poured in my mouth was unexpected, but I feel pretty good.
What is this little bottle that says mouthwash on it?
Will I scar heavily? That was a lot of acid.
Hang on. And he like reaches into a little pouch and pulls out a little like aloe and just like
Jesus.
We'll be fine.
I've healed all the bone. The flesh is mostly gone, but when it comes back, it'll be brand new. All right. So at this point, can I get everybody to give me a perception check? I need everybody that's not Quintus. You're rolling at a -4. Quintus, you're rolling at a -.
Okay.
There's yet another slug on its way.
Oh, you have no idea. There's.
Oh God!
My God!
I just realized my mistake because they're all golden and glowing.
Holy shit!
That's stacked.
Yeah, it did.
It
does.
And
I apologize.
I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm also gonna get rid of the slug because it's glowing.
Resplendent.
So just imagine that it's there. The light is driving me nuts. Oh, okay. So Dandarin, Quintus, and Delian. So it's pretty it's light where you are, but you haven't, like, it's light where you are because Lumio has light on him. Like, Lumio still has Delian's light cast on him, and Delian said that he was going to like just keep that up. But when Quintus and Dandarin and Delian, when you guys were moving over here, you notice that there's actually, like, you didn't directly see any light, but you did see a little bit of a glow that indicates that there would be light inside this tunnel. Does that make sense? Like, you didn't see the source, but you saw some of the glow, some of the luminescence.
Oh, okay. Probably at that point, I would make it so that it's not a bright glow anymore.
Okay.
Just try to keep us down a little bit.
Tell me what that means in terms of footage.
Of course.
That's what's important to me.
Yes. It will be... It was like the slug.
So you put the slug at
20,
max
20?
glow.
Then don't do that.
So Lumio currently has 40 feet of bright light. How much are you putting on him?
20 feet.
20 feet of bright light.
Let's see. Cause the glow within medium range, shedding normal light to 20 feet and increasing the light level by 1 step to a maximum of normal for 20 feet beyond this.
Yeah. So Lumio will have 20 feet of bright light and 40 feet of dim light. around him, which is why he has like this square, and then there'll be a different square around it. I think that I might have done that wrong though. Hold on. No, I did that right. Weird. I don't know why it's not showing.
Remember, the light here is just screwy.
The light on this map is fucky, and I don't know why. So anyway, yeah, you lower Lumio's luminescence a little bit, but I do
and
like...
I get to do that as like free actions.
Yeah, but I do like that you are just keeping Lumio glowing.
Otherwise, some people can't see.
Yeah.
Andron's going to clean off his hammer, make sure it's all nice and spiffy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so anybody who would like to can do a post-combat knowledge nature if you would like to identify the creature.
Absolutely can't do that. So it's the slug.
Yeah, it's to all of you, it's a big slug.
Oh yeah, nature's the one thing I don't have.
To Quintus, it is also a big slug, but Quintus, you know a thing or two. So these things can be basically anywhere underground. It would not be rare to see it somewhere like this. Occasionally you can find them above ground, but it would usually be in a much wetter atmosphere, so like a swamp or something like that. It being underground in a big river kind of makes sense. Yeah, they are basically just a gigantic version of the like garden pest that people would normally run into. However, this being a typical fantasy world, which means it's kind of nightmare inducing, they're completely natural. There's no magic to them or anything. Like, this is just how terrifying a slug would be if it was the size of an elephant. Judging by the size of the one that you fought, it was a baby.
No.
It was a young giant slug. With your rolls, if you have any specific questions, you can ask them, but you saw it spit acid, and you saw that it is susceptible to salt.
What is their societal structure?
Their societal structure is solitary, unless mating.
Okay. How many tend to come in a brood?
In a brood of slugs?
Yeah,
like,
when they're born.
Dozens.
Okay, I'm leaving now. I have no further questions.
Yeah. But they tend to like a freshly born slug doesn't like stick around with its parents. It's basically on its own from birth. So
yeah.
Sharut would like to try to harvest something from the slug. Doesn't know what.
Sure. You can give me a survival check.
Yes, I will use a charge of my harvester's kit to get a +2.
Sounds good.
Just a second here. I want to make sure I track this on Bulls properly. Harvester's kits. Okay.
Roll your dice.
I'm working on it. Making adjustments. Where's the button? Button.
Oh, dash, do maths.
Damn.
And all we get from that is a 2?
Here's the thing.
I know, right?
Here's the thing, I'm real sorry to tell you this, but here's the thing. You don't have most of that harvester's kit anymore. This thing, its insides are highly acidic.
How many charges do I lose from the harvest kit?
Let's say, how many does it have?
So after that use, it has 6.
Let's say that you have 1 left.
Ooh, that's rude. Okay.
It is there was the potential to get some like pretty potent vials of acid from this thing, but you didn't know quite how acidic it was, and basically you like lay out your tools and you cut into it and it just sloshes out and your tools just dissolve.
Shame, that would have been fun. I would have liked to have that.
Yeah. You could have gone like
They
this.
have
acid.
the broken condition, John Eric?
No, since it's charges, they're gone. Like, they're gone.
Okay.
Basically, like
Actually, no. I don't want to take that away from you, Dandrin. Roll me 1d4, and that's how many of those charges you can restore.
That's cool.
Like, you are the man. What fix a thing?
I can fix one of them.
Yeah, you're able to pick up some of the tools when you see it happening, and you're like, ah, shit, and you like throw it into the salt pile, and it manages to neutralize a little bit of it, and you save a charge for Sharut.
Hey.
All right. So, what would you all like to do now?
Quintus, go down the tunnel.
Sharut follows.
Slowly accompanying.
Sticks with Quintus.
Yeah.
Sticks with Forsidna.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because she's definitely sticking by you. Because I'm pretty sure.
Dandrin will actually make sure that he is staying kind of in front of both of them.
All right. Can everybody group up here-ish? And sure. I will transport you all to a new map.
We'll say that Quintus is probably staying ahead of the light so that he can make stealth checks.
Sure.
Sharut would probably do the same.
I think the three of us would do this. Like, the three of us would do.
I'm fine with that. Let me get you onto the next map, and I will.
Yes, let us split the party for glorious combat.
Some of us don't make noise.
Some of us run away real quick.
Some of us do all of the above.
Some of us sprout wings and don't use them till it's
So, Dandrin, you're up there.
That sounds like somebody who's jealous.
It sounds like Team Tiny is gonna slink ahead. So to make this kind of work, I'm gonna put a little bit of light on Team Tiny so that you guys can actually see.
Yeah.
So Delian, I'm gonna put let's say I'll put 60 feet of dim light on your token.
Sure.
It's for Sid shaken, and Sharut is question mark, question mark, question mark.
Wait, does it? Oh yeah, I pasted you guys in there, so for some reason, pasted people always come with things like
ailments,
conditions. Yeah, if Team Tiny wants to sort of stealth ahead, I will move Team Tall back. And Team Tiny, from all of you, I need a stealth check.
Sure.
And from Quintus, don't forget your bonus to stealth checks.
It should be auto-included.
Andy, you are loudly typing into a mic. Can you go push to talk if you're going to do that?
Sure. Sources.
Oh, we're doing stealth checks. Okay.
That is in the.
You guys said you wanted to sneak ahead.
Sorry, I stepped
Yeah,
away
he
from
had
that.
stepped away.
Oh, gotcha.
And the cool thing about having cameras on, we now know when people are away.
I was looking at the other screen, so I didn't see it.
And that's all right. No, it's just a cool fact.
All right, so all of you start moving up. So what you see is that you are in. Let me describe this for you, and Dandrin can probably tell you guys a little bit more. Actually, Dandrin, give me a knowledge masonry check, because this is like a thing, or craft masonry, whatever it is that you have for that. Because I know that you actually have one of these. There you go, Dandrin. This looks like it sort of was a natural tunnel up to about here, and then someone started manually widening it. And then you can see a little bit from the light that's up here. You can kind of see the area to the south. It looks like they widened it to a point where they found some sort of natural cavern, and then they started lining the walls of the natural cavern in worked stone in a sort of slipshod fashion. So this doesn't look like old ruins. This looks like kind of freshly built crap. That's
like
what
someone's been here recently and started digging out this natural tunnel.
Yeah.
Slipshod work, though.
And yeah, so Team Tiny, you are stealthing up. Let me know where you go.
Mm-hmm.
Quintus, you were at the head, so
Yeah, we're just gonna follow Quintus.
But just kind of slips around the corner here.
Yeah.
And
What you guys are seeing is again, it's a wall that looks a hallway that looks like it has had bricks laid in the hallway. It looks like a very sort of typical kind of construction that you would see on the surface, lining the cavern walls, basically. So, and it looks very typical for what you would see on the surface, like maybe the same bricks. The stones are basically these big, like 4 foot by 4 foot kind of paving stones at the base. And yeah, in front of you, what you see is a doorway that has it's a wooden frame that has a wooden door in it that looks like it is kind of an iron-backed door. You know, you see like the slats of metal going down the door.
Oh yeah.
And it has handle, no window or anything like that. Looks to have some sort of lock. Not like a padlock hanging on it, but there is like a keyhole on it.
Oh, like a normal lock.
Yeah, like a normal like door lock that you would see.
Gotcha.
But just to look at Delian and say, yours or?
I mean, yeah. And I'll peek through it, and like I'm gonna peek through the keyhole, see what's on the other side first.
Sure. On the other side, you see. Actually, peeking through the keyhole is weird. So give me a perception check.
Sure.
All right. So peeking through the keyhole, you see a hallway that looks like it extends another 40 to 50-ish feet. And you see something that looks a little weird at the end of the hallway, which is a window. You can't really see through the window from the angle that you have, but it does look like there's sort of a T hallway, and then there's a window there.
Okay.
The hallway does look to be lit by more of the kind of like glowing golden double lamps like you saw right there.
Okay.
And that is what you can see from the doorway, because you're like peering through the very tiny little keyhole.
Yeah.
Well, it's lit on the other side, and the weird thing is that,
And he's saying this while he's gonna start like disabling the lock.
the weird thing is there's a window on the other side. It kind of ends in a T, and it's very interesting.
Sounds like viewport or something more.
Yeah, you start like picking the lock, and you're like, all right, and you just get all the tumblers, the ground to the left, and you go should do it, and go to open the door, and the door's still locked.
Maybe an invisible wedge.
And I'll start fumbling around, like making sure, like checking the actual framing and all that sort of stuff. See if there's anything out of the ordinary from your ordinary door. Maybe it's like pinned into the ground.
So like, yeah, you check at it, and what you'll be able to realize is that you just failed. Like, you just didn't unlock the door.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well,
No invisible wedges. You will have to just own up to the bitter flavor of failure.
yeah, and I will do so in
typical Delian fashion. I think the door's broken.
Broken.
We're gonna need someone over here to cast shout and get this door down, and then we can continue our stealth mission.
I'm just kidding. I don't know how to open it.
John, I know you hate this, but I have a mechanism. I have a skeleton key.
Yeah, I know.
basically.
How do you get one of those?
You buy it.
Damn it.
Yeah. Is it cool if I roll that?
Yeah, go ahead and roll the skeleton. I think it's nonsense that it like does away with a class thing, but like there will reach a point. Delian's already reached the point where he's better than.
Yeah, he is. He's absolutely better than the skeleton key, and it's literally roll of the dice at this point. So Quintus kind of looks at it, looks at Delian and says, "I can't make it work. It might be broken."
Can Charut borrow key?
So it doesn't.
I've already tried
it doesn't
the key.
give you a +10 to your roll. The key rolls at a +10.
Okay.
Quintus
In that
has
case,
no skill at all. He puts the key in, and the key rolls at a +10. That's it.
Yeah.
Does Delian have tools?
Of course.
Can Charut borrow tools?
I saw what happened to your tools.
If no, is fine.
Now I hear that's fine.
You know, I do thieves tools add like to my roll.
Masterwork would add +2.
I've never used them.
So yeah, if so thieves' tools are basically required in order to not.
Okay, that's what I thought.
So
Yeah.
they're required in order to not get a minus. If
That's
you have,
what I thought.
If you have masterwork thieves' tools, you get a +2.
Okay, yeah.
So
just
like
normal.
Charut, as an example, Quintus is currently carrying the Traveler's Any tool, which counts as a masterwork. I believe it's a masterwork item for anything.
Yeah.
I actually have to check on that. Traveler's Any tool.
That's what you said last time.
So it's only it's only for craft and profession checks. So it wouldn't work for disabled device, but it's a masterwork thing for all craft and profession checks. And that would give him a +2 on all craft and profession checks. If you have masterwork thieves tools, you get a +2. If you don't, and you just want to use somebody's picks, you would use their picks.
Yeah.
And
Are your tools masterwork?
I don't believe they are.
I don't believe they are. No. So you can just use your regular ones. All right. So Charut.
No, they are not.
Can you, Charut, give me a reflex save? This is not against a trap. This is against undoing the damage that Quintus did.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's totally legit.
Okay.
Yeah, you did just jam a key and
Yeah.
hope it worked.
Yeah.
so I guess
I did.
Yeah. Quintus failed by more than 5, so he fucked up the lock.
Ah.
Okay, so here's what happens. The skeleton key went in there and went clank, tinker, tinker, clank, clank, tink, 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 clank, clank, and then it didn't open. And you go, all right, I'll try it. And you unlock the lock, and you feel that thing where like the bar that's going through the door and into the wall goes back into the lock. And when that happens, the lock falls out of the door on the other side of the door, and it makes a loud crash sound.
Okay.
Go Team Tiny.
And you see this door right here open.
Can I open this door now? Because it's no lock.
Sure. Yeah, I have it locked so that you guys don't. You guys have a terrible habit of just going through, and you're like, as John's explaining shit, I'm gonna move my character around and click on every single door.
Yeah.
It is
Again.
the worst habit you could have as somebody who plays online games, and fuck all of you. So, yeah, you see go ahead and open the door.
Okay. I think Charut is going to say as silently and as quickly as he can to Dillian, drop shadow now. And start to back away from the door if you can.
I would like to create an illusion.
Hold on. You guys don't get to act right now because I'm describing
Okay,
a thing.
that's fine.
So what you see is this lovely person step in as you open the door.
Never mind. I don't want to make an illusion anymore.
And what you see is a woman with brown hair. Looks to be a half elf. Her skin looks very, very pale. Her eyes are completely red. There's no white to the sclera at all. There's just red and then the sort of like pinpoint black of the pupil. And she looks at you, Sharut, and calls over her shoulder, and she says, "Nemeth, we have intruders." And you hear in there, "That's not good, but I welcome the fun." And I think that's where we're going to stop. And we will see you all next week. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Bye, Jelly Spoons.
Jelly
Bye, 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 bye,
Spoons.
bye.
Thanks for tuning in.
And see you all next Friday.